Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's Movie Blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. How is everyone doing tonight? Alright, I think I did this right. I was kind of confused because I was supposed to get like the you're getting ready screen and it didn't happen. It just said you're live and I was like, oh, I was not expecting that. So how is everybody doing? Let's see. No one in here yet. That is okay. Oh, people are in here. There it is. 7B says, first one here. What is up, Steph? How are you, my Valkyrie? Cobra Kaiser Soze, hello. Johnny 5 is alive. Johnny 5 is alive. What is up, Johnny 5? Welcome. Tina, I got both my Valkyries. We are back at full strength. We are going to rock it tonight. All right, let's see. Finally, we can talk. Yes, indeed. Sammy B says you're kind of low volume. Okay. Let me see. Is that an OBS problem? Let me double check. Yes, it is. Wait, no. I should be at full volume for my microphones. I don't know why I would not be correct. So let me know if it sounds okay now or if I have to figure that out later. And also hold on one second as I try and pull up my chat on my phone since it's a heck of a lot easier to read than on my computer screen. Boom, we are indeed live. We got 12 watching and 2 likes. Fix that, guys. Come on, does not take very long at all, and I appreciate it very much so. All right. Hold on. All right, live chat, and I am connected. All right, the Star Wars Dad. What up, Star Wars Dad? How are you doing? Glad to have you back. Cobra says, Odin, great video today about Matthew Kadish. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And his last name is pronounced Kadish. He let me know. And yeah, guys, if you haven't checked out the video yet, please do. Please support it. But also, make sure you actually read the entire article by Matthew Kadish. It's amazing. He basically breaks down from a narrative standpoint, from a philosophical standpoint, why The Last Jedi is not a very good film. And I think it's important because obviously we can talk about all the behind the scenes. We can talk about a lot of our passions when it comes to when we talk about The Last Jedi. But it's really cool to have like an entire article dedicated to why, just from even a narrative standpoint, a purely objective standpoint, the film just cannot hold up. So it's really good. So again, check out the video, but also definitely check out the article that I covered in the video. Jason Clark says, hey everyone, what is up? Jason Clark, welcome back. Greta, hello. What is up, Greta? Welcome back. Glad to have you here. Johnny 5, nice finally to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Johnny 5. Great to have you here. I loved your movies. AM Fitness says, I just watched your newest vid and 100% agree. I checked out the minute Mary Poppins, aka Leia, flew away. I know, and it's like that scene always bothered me, but I never really understood why. And so when I just read that breakdown that Matthew did, I was like, no, this is absolutely why. And it's really great to be able to have like the terms and the philosophy as to why those scenes are, why that scene in particular is just inherently wrong and problematic. It's really cool. Darth Scipio, what is up, Darth Scipio? Welcome back. Tina says, hey to our new friends and our old ones. Yes, indeed, we got 19 people in here, so we're pretty much rocking it with some of the good old people. Let's see. AM Fitness says, by the way, congrats on 2K coming soon. No one deserves it more. Your vids are class. Well, thank you very much, AM Fitness. I appreciate that. Yeah, last time I checked, we were like 3 away, so we're very, very close. So I have the Chewbacca onesie ready. I think I have something else planned in mind. It's not something that's been recommended or suggested, but it was something I thought of, and I thought that it might be a really cool thing to do. So at some point, I'm gonna have to check, or one of y'all just let me know if it ever comes to 2,000. Let me know, and then I can announce that. So it should be exciting. Jason Clark says, already hit the thumbs up. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Is anyone else having issues with my volume? Please let me know, because apparently Stephanie said I sounded a little bit low. Let's see. Tina says, I hope I didn't miss anybody. We're at 6 likes now with 12 watching. Thank you very much for the update. Johnny 5 says, has anyone seen the Kathleen Kennedy latest interview breakdown? It shows her true form. I have not. Has she done? I don't think she's done a recent interview though. Maybe you're talking about like it's a new video of an old interview just breaking down all of the signs and all the things that she said. But no, I haven't seen it yet. So if you follow me on Twitter, please tweet at me at Odin's Movie Blog if you don't, or just email it to me at which is just odinsmovieblog@gmail.com, and I will check it out. I read everything that gets tweeted at me. I read everything that gets emailed to me, and I love watching videos especially. So please send that to me. But yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be very hard to point out just, you know, all the problems that she has. Andy the Great, what's up, Andy the Great? Welcome back to the chat. Please go check him out on Twitter. He is another awesome person. Tina says, I just watched your video about Matthew. That was a very good breakdown. Well, thank you very much. And it was really, the only reason why that breakdown was good was because the article was fantastic. Like, I owe so much to him writing that good article. It's so much fun to actually cover an article that I agree with, that's written very well, that's smart, that's just very straightforward, no nonsense. Like, he makes very clear, these are my intentions. This is what I'm going to try and do. I'm not going to let my subjective views of the film, you know, impact just breaking it down from an objective standpoint. And I love it. I think it's great. Calber says 66 love the low council title. Yeah, so I've actually been doing it probably for like what for my guys that are still in the chat, like 4 or 5 weeks or so. I've done the low councils. I do it on Tuesday because obviously the high council is going to go live in like what 22 minutes or so. And I do this as an alternative, not to like fight them or try and take numbers away from them, but I know that the high councils can be very, very like busy and crazy, and there are some people that just want to have like a nice conversation, some people who maybe just want to hear their comments or their questions or their thoughts read out loud. And so I figure since we do still have a very small channel, it's just a very good opportunity to offer that, especially for a lot of people that maybe people who just want to watch the high council and interact here. Those are all things that I'm happy with. And again, I recommend that you go check out the high council. It's going to be on Geeks and Gamers tonight, and it should be a really good discussion. I mean, I love the High Council. They always do really good stuff. Star Wars Dad says, Luke walks into the Mos Eisley Cantina, cradling a slab of dirt in his arms. What'll it be? Asked the barman. A pint for me and one for the... Yes, so Star Wars Dad is rocking it once again with the dad jokes, and it's fantastic. That was amazing. Jason Clark says, Mike Zero put out the video earlier today about Rey having a dual lightsaber battle in Episode 9. How ridiculous would that be? Well, I know that with Mike Zero, I mean, again, not attacking him personally for any reason, but I do know that sometimes he tries to put information that he can't back up, so I would like to know his source for that. But it's also a point where I would not be surprised if that happened because... you know, she's done everything else so far with no explanation. So why wouldn't she be, you know, well practiced and well versed at a dual, you know, in a dual lightsaber? You know, why not? Jeffrey Toon, evening, one of my patrons, so thank you very much for joining us once again. Hello, Jeffrey Toon. Dog Sidious is back. Heya, what's up? Jeffrey Toon says, Rey can do anything, exactly. Rey can do anything, whatever she wants. Andy says, not that Chewbacca outfit again. So yeah, that's going to be part of it. So the Chewbacca onesie is going to be part of it, but I do have something else special that people might be happy about, so people might be looking forward to. It's something that I've been holding off for a while, but I figure now... since we're about to hit 2K, it might be a good thing. I was hoping that we would have more time to try and get some like options, and then people get to vote on what I was gonna do. There was the option of me getting like a box of KFC and just saying that it was fried pork or something like that. Like that could have been really fun. Maybe I'll save that for 3,000, but I have something else in mind. I think people will like it. Greg Duncan is very, very excited about the Chewie suit. Warren Stamp says, hey Odin, last 2 videos were great. I was in gold class showing of The Last Jedi and walked out for 15 minutes because I couldn't handle the casino scene. Damn. Yeah, I mean, the casino scene is just hot garbage, and it doesn't serve it does not serve the story by any means. I mean, maybe some people can argue, oh no, it helps to set up what Rian Johnson's trying to put forward in his trilogy. It's like, okay, well, that doesn't help the trilogy that is currently going on. And yeah, it was awful. Jeffrey Toon saying hello to the Valkyries. Johnny 5 says, I will tweet it to you. Odin, awesome. Great. Cannot wait to watch it. AM Fitness says, one more thing. When I saw The Force Awakens the first time, it was on opening night. The film had issues, but when it ended, the theater cheered. Yeah, absolutely. When I saw The Last Jedi opening night and the film ended, it was dead silent. I had the same experience. So again, The Force Awakens to me, because again, we can talk about the problems. There are some narrative problems with The Force Awakens. Again, namely Rey being a Mary Sue. There's just so many things to point out. Of course, there's subjective things too, like them killing Han Solo, which of course, I think a lot of us knew, like we were able to forgive those things because we knew that Harrison Ford wanted Han Solo to die from like, almost 30 years ago. So those were things that we could handle, but at least it gave us some things to look forward to. It introduced us to new characters very well. It also gave us some things, you know, again, to actually want to go see in the next film. And then when The Last Jedi happened, all those things we were interested in were subverted, as Rian Johnson likes to say, and were just destroyed. And it left us, and I say this every time, what did The Last Jedi lead us with? We have nothing to look forward to. There are no questions that we need to be answered. It's just all like, meh. And so it makes perfect sense why audiences did not cheer it, because who would want to watch that nonsense? Or really want to even applaud that nonsense. Andy Great says, thanks for the compliment. No, Andy, you are awesome, and I always appreciate your messages. I always appreciate, he sends me a lot of tweets, because I'm blocked by several people, including Chuck Wendig. So he always, and Rian Johnson, so he sends me all these, you know, all these tweets, so that way I can see what's going on, and I definitely want to do a video on those again, because they're always so much fun. Jeffrey Toon says, I saw the picture of the blue-green dual saber. I don't like the different colors. I don't think, for one thing, and again, I'm not an expert on lightsabers, but for me, doesn't that not, like, I don't know, is a dual saber, because I think everything, like, the thing that was introduced in Rogue One was that it's the kyber crystal that powers the lightsaber. So is it that one kyber crystal powers the lightsaber, or if you have a dual, I guess, yeah, because the dual one was able to break apart, so I guess it would use two different kyber crystals. So I guess it would make sense, but I don't know how the colors work, because I don't really know a lot about the lore of lightsabers. E. Michael, All-Father Odin, what is up, E. Michael? Welcome back to the chat. Darcy says, are you going to be the Great Odin for your 2,000 subs? The Great Odin. I don't know. I have some things in mind, though. Star Wars asks, Luke, did you know I almost joined the Jedi debate team? Somebody talked me out of it. Somebody B, thank you so much for promoting the email address and the Twitter. So again, if you ever want to contact me, if there's any question that you have, or there's something that you don't want to mention on stream but you're interested in, you know, please just message me, let me know, and I will, again, I respond to every email, and I respond to, or at least read every single tweet and message. If you send me a message, I'm more likely to respond to it. Twitter, again, depending on what it is, if it's a question or anything like that, I'll respond to it. But yeah, I try and be as good with that as I can. African, welcome to the chat, says, what country sounds more exotic to you, Morocco or South Africa? Morocco for sure. Jeffrey Tunes says, Badam Tish. Calbooer66 says, it's like the green room here. Yeah, it really is. Like, I feel like sometimes it's, you know, especially since I try sometimes to start this a little bit earlier than High Council, since I know a lot of people want to join the High Council as soon as it goes live. It's kind of like a green room, sets people up, gets people warmed up. Dog City says, everybody called a dual lightsaber. Okay, gotcha. Jeffrey Toon says, yo. Tina says, you're promoting the High Council in your description. You're a good man. No, I do. I even on all the streams, any stream that you ever see where it's called the Low Council, almost at least one time I will say, but seriously, guys, go watch the High Council, because it's really good, and I do really like it. Andy the Great says, don't shave the beard for 2K. I'm not. Don't worry. That is not what I'm thinking, and that's never going to be on the table, so don't worry about it. Johnny5 says, I tweeted you the video of the KK interview. Enjoy. Well, thank you very much. I'll watch that as soon as the stream ends. Mr. P.I. says, good evening, Odin and Tina. Welcome back, Steph. Welcome back, Mr. Peabody. Always great to have you here. Talk Steve says, Finn should have stayed in bed. Johnny5 says, I was having a crap during the casino scene in the cinemas. Thank God I did. Now, was that on purpose? Like, had you known that that scene was coming? Or did you just happen, like, was it just a happy accident that you happened to go take a crap when that scene was going on? Because if that was, like, a happy accident, I think that's saying a lot about, you know, your body understanding the films. Johnny5 says, holiday special is more faithful than The Last Jedi. Yeah. Yes, and I would rather watch Life Day 1,000 times over than The Last Jedi. Greg Duncan says, do you see any indications Rian Johnson's trilogy is dead? Nothing official. Obviously, we don't have any official word yet. I mean, the same reason why there's nothing official about Kathleen Kennedy being gone, but a lot of us think that she is gone. And it just really comes down to what is best for business, using a term from wrestling. What is best for business? Well, Rian Johnson is someone who is not very popular with the fans, made a very divisive film, and has not really, like, has not understood where fans, like people who are critical of his film, he would rather call them man babies, or would rather just attack them and call them names than actually engage with them. I mean, he blocked me just for, you know, asking some questions, and that's just kind of what they do. So I really think that he would not be a good financial decision for them. So I really do think his trilogy is dead. If they do, and I say this, if they do keep him on, he will just have a show or a movie that's going to go straight to the streaming service. It's not going to get a general release. But even then, I don't think that's going to happen. I really do think he's done. Same thing with Kathleen Kennedy. I don't see how she could stay on, especially after her decision to greenlight the firing and rehiring of Ron Howard and the ballooning of the budget, the $200 million plus loss. It just doesn't make any sense for them to stay on. Johnny Five says Ray should stay in the kitchen. Joking. Well, I'm glad that you were joking. Mr. Peabody says, Tina, we gonna crack 80 today? That'd be awesome. It'd be really cool. I don't think that's gonna happen because, again, especially with the High Council going on, I just don't see that happening. We're at 38 right now, which is more than enough, so I appreciate you. Sammy B says, Twitter blocked. Yes, Twitter blocked all the damn time. Dog City says, I saw the holiday special live on TV. It was rough. Oh, you saw it live? That's amazing. No, I can imagine. Like, don't get me wrong. When I say it's amazing, when I say that I love it, it doesn't mean that I think it's good. I just, especially now, it's just so damn funny. It's so weird. It's so bizarre. But it's in that, like, it's just so damn funny. I love it. Let's see. Star Wars Dad says, don't get me started on Saber Canon. It ticks me off. Oh, boy. Star Wars Dad, enlighten me, please, because I don't know nearly as much as I probably should. Richie Rich, welcome back to the chat. Richie Rich says, yeah, Ray should stay in the kitchen. I bet she is a master chef. See, that's the thing. I don't really know where to put her, because no matter where you put her, she's just going to be great at it. So I don't really know what that would fix. Andy the Great says, blue-green dual lightsaber wouldn't work according to current canon. Again, because just in my own mind, I think to myself, that just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, the only person that's ever dueled, in the movies at least, who's ever dueled a dual lightsaber was Darth Maul, and they were both red. So I don't know the whole mindset behind that, but that makes sense to me. Lost Soldier, welcome back, Lost Soldier. Glad to have you back. Andy the Great says, old canon. Lost Soldier says, I like this council better. Well, thank you. I appreciate that so much. But again, I will still always promote the High Council because they are amazing. The boxing and Jedi's Tavern. That's Jeff Cotto. Jeff Cotto, what is up? You changed your name. So now Jeff Cotto is the Boxing and Jedi's Tavern. I like that a lot. Oh, so that makes more sense. You were talking about the Jedi's Tavern. I didn't understand what you were talking about. Now I do, so thank you. Oh, it's Jeff Cotto. What's up, my man? Thanks for that mag review. Hello, Asgard. Hello, Valkyries. What is up, Jeff Cotto? Guys, go check out his channel. Another straightforward guy. Johnny Five says, who's hyped for Titans TV series? I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I never really watched Titans I never watched Teen Titans. I never watched any of that stuff, so I'm kind of lost on the lore and the background of that, and I just don't understand it. And also the trailer just did not look very interesting, so I'm probably not going to start watching it anytime soon. Warren Stamp says 9 subscribers to go. Well, thank you very much for that update. And the Great says, hey, Steph. Toxia says, that's the pure definition of happy accident. Damn, that's awesome. Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, that really is. That's a story you should take with you for the rest of your life, saying, well, you remember that Canto Bite scene? Well, I didn't have to watch it because I had to take a giant dump, and I think it was very symbolic of what was going to happen on screen. Let's see. The Star Wars Dad. Oh boy, what do you call a pirate droid? R2D2. Yes. Yes. Please keep that coming. Sammy B says, please hit that like button before you go. Please, thank you. And you are king. Yes, please definitely do that. And Lost, I just saw your comment right above that. Yeah, so please, from what I've heard, Stasmon's doing very well. So we are very happy for that. But again, continue to send those prayers for very fast recovery. AM Fitness says, really pumped to see Mission Impossible 6 Fallout. Any thoughts on the film? I've loved just about all the Mission Impossible films, and I'm a big Henry Cavill fan on top of that. Yeah, I'm already I like Henry Cavill a lot. I've been a fan of his ever since he was on The Tudors, and that's why I was very excited when he was first cast as Clark Kent in Man of Steel. Unfortunately, DCEU has been kind of nuts in their consistency and with bringing out good films, but I still really like him as Superman, so I am very excited for him being in, especially with all the nonsense that, like, all the attacks that he's gotten recently. I now want to go out and support this film even more, just so that way, he gets more. I don't know what kind of contract he has, but if he can get any more money than he should, I think that would be awesome. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I think that other than Mission Impossible 2, every other Mission Impossible film has been great. Obviously there's been some weaker ones, but 2 was the only one that I could say for sure was bad. Like, that's the only one that I would not want to watch again. But even that one to me is fun. Like, I would watch it if I had to. If I wanted to watch them all again, I wouldn't skip 2. I would still watch it. But yeah, I think Mission Impossible 6 looks awesome. And I posted a video review from Chris Stuckman, who just saw it and did a review on it, and he said it's probably one of the best action films he's ever seen in a very long time. He compared it right up there to Oh, what's the film that he compared it to? He compared it to Mad Max Fury Road, which I know a lot of people have opinions on, but I don't think anyone can deny that it's a really awesome action film. So to be in that same category is just incredible. So I'm very, very pumped to go see that film, and I plan on seeing it. I'm gonna try and maybe see a later showing on Thursday, so that way I can see it opening night because I have a party to go to. But yeah, I'm not sure. Will Last Name Guy says, ahoy, what is up, Will Last Name Guy? Welcome back to the chat. Random Reviews says, I sure... Cobra Kaiser Soze says, Odin, remember Friday when I said all of Hollywood is deleting their tweets? It happened. You're right, Cobra. You were absolutely right about that. It's been insane. So many people have been deleting tweets in mass, like 10,000, 20,000 tweets. It's been absolutely insane. Now, I still have that point where I don't know if it is them trying to hide something or trying to clean their Twitters up, or if it is just them trying to show some kind of sense of solidarity, saying, oh, look, we can, delete 10,000, 20,000 tweets too. Are you going to investigate us? Like, I could totally see them doing that, so I honestly don't know. But yeah, it's definitely interesting nonetheless, no matter what it is. Lost Soldier says, I'm voting George Lucas for president of Lucasfilms. Man, could you imagine if, like, the Star Wars universe had the ability to vote for the president and for, PR and things like that? If that happened, Dave Filoni would probably be like the president of Lucasfilm, or at least be in one of those top roles. I personally think he would be better to be like the head of creative, the head of the story group, the infamous story group, like put it together and make him the president, make him the head. Get Carrie Hart out of there. Again, if you didn't see my video breaking down the story group, please do. The story group has no background in writing, has very little experience in writing, and should not have been chosen in the first place. And then when you actually see like what they said, it was totally based on their like SJW politics and nonsense, that the only reason why they got hired, which is just stupid. And when you understand that, Carrie Hart should not be there. She should be fired. She should be, kicked out, because she has no idea what she's doing. She has no idea how to create a cohesive story, no idea how to, string the story together, keep everything consistent. Dave Filoni knows how to do that. Dave Filoni knows how to make a good story. So make him the head of the story group, then allow him to hire or fire anyone else. And if he can just clean out all those people who have no experience or have very little experience and shouldn't be there in the first place, we could get ourselves a really awesome story group. And I think that in the end, oh man, what is that? Sorry, I lost the chat for a second. And in the end, I think that would be the best thing for Star Wars going forward. So that is my thought on that. I had lost the chat, so let me just get back to where I was supposed to be. All right, so yeah, again, Cobra, you were absolutely right about that, though. And Lost Soldier also, too. Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. I think George Lucas, I would like Lord George Lucas just to be attached as a producer. I really do think that he could have a lot of insight. He could really help them out, especially with how far away they've fallen. And just to not have him as, like, the head role, but at least as a supportive role, I think would be a good thing. I think that would be the best place for him. Jason Clark says, I read an article a few days ago that said Kathleen Kennedy and her husband have been traveling all the summer on vacations. They were even on vacation while Solo was bombing at the box office. Doesn't surprise me. If I was her, I would want to get away from it as far as possible, and also to put myself in a location where no one can interview me, no one can talk to me, no one can ask questions. And I really do think this might just be the long goodbye for her, and I really hope it is. Chuck Graham says, disappointed there will be no Cecil masks. I wish, man. If I knew where to buy those things, I would. And unfortunately, Cecil's on vacation, and we're going to do a live stream when he comes back, but I might have to ask him before we do the live stream if he can tell me where he got his masks, because I think it'd be so much fun to do that, especially when streaming with Cecil, if we both had masks on. Dave Servo, what's up, Dave Servo? He says, they were setting up some cool things with the Knights of Ren. Who was Snoke? I was intrigued after Last Jedi. I don't care. You're absolutely right. Again, we can talk about the problems of The Force Awakens till we're blue in the face, because were there problems? Yes. Was it perfect? No. But was it enough to get the ball rolling for a new set of stories? Absolutely. There was enough there to make a very compelling new trilogy. That was all destroyed when Rian Johnson took over. That was all destroyed when The Last Jedi came out, because he took every interesting thing. For all the interest, because I don't think anyone can deny that there were at least some interesting things. You mentioned a couple. Again, who is Snoke? Who are the Knights of Ren? What are they? Those are all interesting things that I think a lot of us would have been interested to actually see more of and see explained. And we didn't get that because The Last Jedi just totally screwed it up. Will Last Name Guy says, Kathleen deserves a vacation in Leavenworth. Yes, I'm saying she should be in prison for what she's done. I wouldn't go that far. I would not go that far, but she should not be in charge of Lucasfilm. She just should not have her job. Tina says, I remember seeing the holiday special live too. Yes, I'm dating myself, but I sat there wondering why I wasn't getting more Star Wars as in real Star Wars. But you know what? I bet you look back at it now and say, man, those were the good old days when that was the worst thing coming out, and it was a non-canon story, and it was just like a fun holiday thing. But now we're getting canon, or things that are called canon that are just stupid. Lost Soldier says, Jeff Cotto, what's up, brother? Jeff Cotto says, Obi-Wan is the truth. He defeated all the Sith. Star Wars Dad says, old canon, Sith used synthetic kyber crystals to mock the Jedi. They were actually more powerful than natural crystals. Interesting. Wow. I did not know you could make a synthetic crystal. That's really interesting. Nickel Noodles, what is up, Nickel Noodles? Welcome back to the chat. Great to have you here. I love that name too. Johnny 5 says, best dump of my life. Sounds like it. Jeffrey 2 says, I believe Maul used 4 crystals in his saber, and it took skill to make the saber, so of course Rey could make one. Exactly. And you know what? She'll just show up. You see, here's the thing, and this is the reason why you need to read that article, because there was no setup or resolution in The Last Jedi for a lot of different things. She would just have it. There would be no explanation as to how she got it, how she understood how to build a lightsaber, since she's never been taught. She's never been, given any formal training. So I think all of those things would be really interesting. Will Ask Guy says, so the Dan Harmon doll thing, have we talked about that yet? We haven't. I mean, I only read the headline for it, so I know he did some creepy things with a doll, so I don't really know what that is. So I think it sounds kind of similar to everything going on with James Gunn. I know that we all have different opinions on that. I personally think that it was disgusting. I think Disney, did the right thing, because they obviously have to protect their brand, and because it was getting a lot of traction, because it was getting a lot of attention. I think the best thing that they could do is distance themselves from him, and I think that was the right decision. So as far as with Dan Harmon, it sounds like it was the right decision based on similar things where he's doing some, disgusting things. And some people say, oh, we're getting so sensitive to things. It's like, well, it's one thing to be sensitive. It's another thing to be so desensitized to everything that everything becomes okay. Everything becomes allowable. That's like an entirely different thing. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but at the end of the day, I would rather there be a line that shouldn't be crossed than us to go way too far beyond repair. 70B says, thank you, everyone. My mom's blessed. Yes, she is an amazing, like, I don't even know her, and I already know that she's amazing. Tina says, 44 watching, 25 likes at 751. Like that smash button, people. Smash that like button. I always love when you do that, Tina. Yes, thank you very much again. We're still at 42, guys. We should be at 42 likes. Again, even if you're just passing by, just hit the like button on the way out. It does not hurt you. It does not cost anything, and I appreciate it. American Anarchist says, I'm not political. However, the James Gunn situation just shows people how hypocritical the left is. Racism jokes are not okay, but pedophilia jokes are. No, I agree. And that was something too I just read on, I think it was on Twitter, and man, Roseanne is like shooting fire right now, because she's just calling people out, saying it's so hypocritical that you are jumping out to defend, that all of these people, all these liberals, SJW liberals in Hollywood, are jumping out to defend James Gunn for his comments, and yet where were they when Roseanne made her comment? Her comment, which when you actually read it in context, was just her making a statement. Like, I'm sorry, but to call what she said as to being like a really bad racist comment, it's just not, it's just stupid to say that, because when you actually read it, you say, no, she's just making a comparison. It's like if someone said that I look like, this is something that I've mentioned in previous streams, if someone said that I look like the dude from Dude Perfect and put a picture of us next to each other, you know what? Hey, if that's what I look like to that person, it's fine. So it's just interesting that when it happens with other people of a particular, of a particular background, all of a sudden it's like, oh, we know it's racism. It's like, no, it's not. Not everything is racism. I know that you like to say that everything you don't agree with is racist or sexist, but when you keep throwing those words around, then when someone actually does make a comment, in that way, we're not going to believe it. So yeah, I mean, Roseanne's just throwing fire, saying it's so hypocritical, and it really is. Like, I'm sorry, but if what Roseanne said is not okay, and she said one thing, but all of the different disgusting things that James Gunn said are fine and should be forgiven, I'm sorry, but they have lost. I mean, they already had no credibility to begin with, but they have seriously lost any credibility at this point. Tina says, you watch The Tudors? I watch The Tudors. That's one of my eras of study in English history. I love The Tudor Show. The Tudor Show was fantastic. I don't know how, I think it was actually pretty historically accurate from what from what I read when I was watching the show. But yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was very well done. It's been a very long time, because I saw it years ago, because obviously it's been out for a very long time. But yeah, I think it's great. Lost Soldier says, did Mission Impossible 6 come out yet? I love the Mission Impossible. No, it comes out this weekend, so it opens Thursday evening. You know how they do the early shows starting around 7 p.m. usually on Thursday. It's coming out Thursday, so I have a party that ends around 9:30, so I might try and see if I can go and see like a 10 o'clock showing of the film. I'll have to work it out, but I really do want to see it opening weekend, because it looks fantastic. Cobra Kaiser says Star Wars Dad knows his stuff. Great to know. Johnny 5 says 8 subs to go. Awesome. Cannot wait. Oscar Ryber says, cool, I watched Stuckman too. I mean, I really like Stuckman. Stuckman is one of my influences. He is one of the channels that I watched for several years. I mean, years at this point. In fact, he, Jeremy Johns, Jonathan Flickster, who does the Flick Pick, all three of them were just highly influential to me. I watch all their stuff all the time, and it's funny because on my groom's cake at our wedding, they were on my groom's cake. My wife did a really cool thing where she made it into a film reel because she knew I loved movies, and so she put all my favorite wrestlers and also my favorite YouTubers on there as well. And so those three were on there, and it was really cool. And yeah, I mean, he was one of my influences. Obviously, I say this all the time because it's true. You know, Jeremy was the one that kind of pushed me. Jeremy of Geeks and Gamers was the one that pushed me over the edge to actually start doing something, and I'm so glad that he did. But yeah, they were all huge influences on me. So yeah, I mean, he does a really great review on it. Cowboys66 says, everyone also says MI2 is bad, and I think, I saw it, I can't remember a thing about it, so yeah, it's probably right. Yeah, it's mostly, for me, the biggest problem is the female counterpart to Tom Cruise is not a very good actress. She's very, very weak in the film, and that was one of the parts that annoyed me the most about it, and it's also just the least compelling storyline. There's some really cool things, like a lot of bait and switch type stuff that they like to play with, and it just was like, compared to every other Mission Impossible film, it is by far the weak link, and it doesn't do very well. Let's see. Star Wars Dad says, but Maul's saber was two sabers that he had welded together, but usually a double-bladed saber uses two crystals in a whole saber body. Okay, awesome. Thanks for letting me know. Let's see. Johnny5 says, why was Milo Yiannopoulos removed from Twitter, but James Gunn wasn't? It's a very good point, and it just shows the hypocrisy. Someone comments, I think it was Cobra Kaiser Soze. He got banned on Twitter for just saying, making a comment. He got totally banned on Twitter, like no warning or anything. He's been totally blocked on Twitter, totally banned altogether. And yet we read the tweets from James Gunn, and even though they've been exposed, his Twitter is still live and active. I don't understand it. And they were up for years. Let's see. Andy the Great says, can't really take Stuckman seriously. He did a pretty positive view of Last Jedi. I haven't watched him since. Yeah, I mean, I think that there are definitely some valid criticisms to him. He obviously doesn't always. To me, the biggest difference between Stuckman and someone like a Jeremy Johns is Jeremy Johns is not afraid to, I think they're both honest, but I think Jeremy Johns isn't afraid to put out opinions, to make videos on things that he knows might not be popular. When Stuckman, he is honest in his reviews, but he would never go out of his way. Like, with Jeremy Johns, he made a video talking about why The Last Order is weak, why The Last Order sucks, essentially. Chris Stuckman would never make that video. Even if he does think it, he would never put that out there. Like, so he's always honest in his reviews, but he also would never do those things that other people would see as risky. So I like Stuckman. I think that he's very concise. I think that he's very precise, and I think that he has a very good style. And also you cannot deny that his quality is fantastic. Like, just the video, the audio, everything. He works really hard. So that's the reason why I like him. NJE103 Egg, what is up? I am busy trying to read that article from your video earlier. See you later with a K. Hey, man, definitely go check out that article because it is so awesome. Let's see, Lost Soldier says, it's a 4chan gate. That's what up with Holly Weird. Yeah, I mean, so one of y'all recommended that I go check out the World Class BSers video on that. It has not come back up. So I don't know what the story was with that. I never heard them say anything about it, but I wonder if that video got banned or something. I don't know. But I remember they did a stream on the 4chan thing, and I couldn't find it after. So please let me know what happened if y'all know more about it. Star Wars Dad says, EU canon, Disney canon, not sucks for sabers. Last name guy says, I need to see that. Greg Duncan says, we are kind of voting for Lucasfilm president with our wallets. Woohoo. You're right. You are absolutely right about that. And really, I really do hope that they listen. Obviously, we know that there are several people out there, or several companies out there, that will literally just, ignore people. Will ignore people and just take the hit because they want to make a point. And I really hope that Lucasfilm doesn't do that, because they're making Star Wars take a hit, and I'm just not okay with that. Let's see. Box of Jedi's Tavern says, Luke mastered all saber forms and force forms, execute order number 9. Damn right, man. Lost Soldier says, story group, man, they are just the worst, especially Petey, Pablo, Hidalgo. Somebody says that group was death. You're right about that. You were so right about that. Star Wars Dad says, now Sith bleed a natural crystal. It's dumb. Oh, they use a natural crystal. Yeah, I mean, that's so much more interesting, the fact that they are so, like, anti-Jedi, or at least they are so opposite of the Jedi that they don't even use lightsabers correctly, or use lightsabers traditionally. I think that would be an interesting concept for sure. Let's see. Jeffrey Toon says, Kathleen Kennedy, we are doing a Lando spinoff, Don Glover. No, we are not. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. And it's so funny because that was being thrown around for a very long time, and now you just look at it and it's like, no. There's no way. There is no way. There's no possible way that they're going to be able to get away with that. Let's see. Jeff Cotto says, Mr. Toon, glad he said the Hamill should have done the same. Lost Soldier says, did anyone notice Kylo has regular eyes considering he follows the dark side of the Force? My eyes changed after The Last Jedi after Ruin filled my heart with hate. Yeah, I mean, that's a very good point, because up to this point, they've had different colored eyes. Now, I don't remember, at least until he was, hit by his own lightning. I mean, I guess you could say the Emperor's eyes didn't change color, so that might be something, but that's a good question. Jake M, what's up, Jake M? Welcome back. I just came across the Batman Arkham game series. It's unbelievable, man. I know I have friends that played Arkham Asylum, and I got to see some of their gameplay, and it looks really cool. It looks like a lot of fun, but I'm not a big gamer, so have fun with that, man, because it looks fantastic. Star Wars says, I hate this Disney-fied Star Wars, but I feel for these people. They're blind. Yeah, I mean, they really are. Johnny 5 says, Luke is dead, Han is dead, Akbar is dead. Like, they killed Akbar in Last Jedi. Carrie Fisher is dead. I think that's what you meant to say. Carrie Fisher is dead. Poe and Finn are shills. Rose is trash. Rey is more powerful than God. Snoke is dead. Yeah, I mean, they've lost so many characters, especially the interesting ones. So I don't know what they're gonna do, and especially now that like Lando's coming back, it's like, okay, so you're gonna kill him, and when it happens, all of us are gonna be like, well, there goes another original character that you just have to kill because that's just what you have to do. It's just stupid, and yeah, it's just whatever. But as far as Rose being trash, no. Rose Tico is misunderstood. She was given a bad rap because she was given a bad script. She was given bad lines. She was given a bad story arc. But Rose Tico, as a person, is a wonderful, wonderful character. I'm all with VVS on that. Because of him, I've been converted to show the love towards Rose Tico. Let's see, Giant 5, race parents are no one exactly. Again, every single expectation was subverted by Rian Johnson, and what he doesn't understand is that leaves the entire universe in the state of, well, what the hell do we do now? Because there's nothing that we can possibly do. Silver, Nature, what's up, Silver? I am very concerned about the trilogy of Rian Johnson. I think he did enough damage. I agree, I really do, and he's going to do his own separate thing, and especially if he writes it. I mean, it's one thing if he gets I mean, I personally don't think he should be on board no matter what, but I won't lie. It might be okay. It might be bearable if he has another writer and he doesn't touch the writing at all. He just directs it, because he's not a like terrible, hack director, because again, you can just look to the work that he's done in the past. I mean, we got to be honest about these things. Like, he's done some good work from the director's chair before, but writing, he's total garbage. And he even admits that himself. He even says that he is a terrible writer. Jonah 5 says, Yoda has given up with life. Tina says, yes, I'd give anything to get back to the holiday special days. Even Grandpa Wookie watching that video was better than what I got in Last Jedi. I love that video. I'm not going to lie. I love the video that's on the screen, because the actor that played like all those different parts throughout the holiday special, he was in, he played Hedley Lamar in Blazing Saddles, and he's done a lot of other comedy stuff, so I appreciated it that much more because of it. A Wonderful Bug, what's up? Dual purple lightsabers. Pretty much is probably what we're gonna get. Yeah, Jeff Cotto pointed out that Akbar is dead. I think that he just mistyped. Jefferson says the eye change was the best reason to play the Sith in the Old Republic, was the eye change and the Force choke and the lightning. I mean, yeah, there's so many cool things that the Sith do, and it's just like, meh, whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting too, because, as powerful as Kylo is supposed to be, I don't think he's ever used Force lightning, which I think is an interesting point. Not even Snoke used Force lightning. I don't know what's going on with that. Johnny 5 says, what has Rian Johnson got to hide? Nothing. He's very open and honest that he's a terrible writer. Darth Tom says, Mary Sue is her real name. Lost Soldier says, yes, sir. I feel bad for them, especially since my son said he likes The Last Jedi. He's only 8, and when I asked what he liked, his answer was, I just liked it. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, yeah, so a child who doesn't know why they like it. I mean, it's just like when you bring a child to a really bad animated film, like, that it's bad. Objectively speaking, it's terrible. It's not done. It's got terrible writing, terrible graphics, everything. But the kids still like it because it's animated, and so they're just automatically going to like it. That's probably what happened with Last Jedi, is that it was a movie, so of course they're going to like it because there's things going on screen that keep their attention. But I would let him see it after a few more years. Let him watch it again and see what his opinion is. Jason Clark says, my food delivery just showed up and the guy brought me a tuna sandwich with a side of spaghetti. I didn't eat it. It's a mistake. Strange dinner. That's very weird. Tuna dinner and spaghetti? I don't know about that. I do not know about that. Sammy B says, please don't look for that video. Dirty stuff. Ugh, that's not good. Greg Duncan says, Akbar lives. Bring in his twin. They went to the same school. Let's see. Jeff Carter says, Jason, get it, brother. Let's see. Star Wars Dad says, how do you unlock doors on Kashyyyk with a Wookiee? With a Woo key. Lost Soldier says, I'm planning to show my sons the Clean Mauler video documentary series on The Last Jedi. Awesome. Dogsay says, you look like Tormund Giantsbane. Giantsbane? Really? Who is that? Let me know. Lost says, no, dude, perfect again. I know. I know, like, again, one of my kids still says that, and it just, like, it makes me laugh every time. And Fitness says, one-man low council live while I work out, three-man high council tomorrow as I work from home on replay. I like the smaller, more engaged chat. You do a great job managing it. You got my like. Well, thank you, AM Fitness. I appreciate that. Again, I really do try. I really do try to, again, I read every comment and try to engage with every comment. If I have something to add to it, I try to, and, yeah, I appreciate that. The DJD Show, welcome back. Another one of my Patreons says, I will join the lower council already on several other councils. Thank you, Great Norse God. Yes, well, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it. Jeffrey Toon says the SJW's types are insane. They are up there with ISIS, the Nazis, with regard to their fanaticism. Their only plus point is that they haven't killed anybody yet. Again, I wouldn't go that far to compare them to those those murderous groups. But I guess I understand where you're coming from a little bit, but it's still a little too much for me. Star Wars says, I can't type fast enough. I work in science, not typing. Let's see. Johnny 5 says, Ryan killed Yoda. Well, I mean, Yoda was already, you know, that was actually one of the only parts I liked about The Last Jedi is the fact that Yoda comes back and it's the puppet Yoda. That was like the only cool thing for me. Hound 3000, oh hey, morning, good morning, Hound 3000. Welcome back to the chat. DJG So says, Tutors are fun. Dormer was good. Yes, Tutors was a really good show. Fitness says, the Tudors, the Borgias, great cast and interesting spin on history. Yeah, I agree. I try to get into the Borgias for a little bit. I like the cast a lot, but some of it was just a little too much for me. Again, as a Catholic theologian, some of it was just a little too disingenuous. And but yeah, I mean, I do like the cast. And Lost Soldier says, I like Jeremy Irons. I agree. Jeremy Irons was sorry, Jeremy Johns. But talking of Jeremy Irons, I think Jeremy Irons was very good in the Borgias for sure. But Lost Soldier, I do like Jeremy Johns. Jeremy Johns is really good. Let's see. Jeff Cotto says, dog, exactly, bro. Everything in his career. Jenny Clark says, I just thought the food delivery was what's funny. Spaghetti and tuna fish sandwich, not a good mix. Tuna fish sandwich and cold pasta salad is what I ordered. Oh, that is really funny that they decided to give you pasta instead. Let's see, Dog City says, Junkyard Dog, my favorite of all time. That's a really good shout. That's a really good shout. He was a little bit before my time. Like, I saw him a little bit. I mean, I started watching when I was 10 years old, so I don't really have too many memories of him. But, yeah, there are so many great... I miss old school wrestling. I really do. Tina says, there were a few things in the Tutors that had me going facepalm, but I learned how to put the accuracy aside and just enjoyed it. Exactly. You learned how to... What? You learn how to subvert your expectations, or I guess the better explanation would be you were able to check your expectations at the door, know what you were getting into, and just enjoy it. That's something that the Ryan Johnson doesn't understand how to put on screen. Johnny Five says, Human Centipede. Yes. Oh, Human Centipede. A movie that is disturbing, but also you can't look away. At least for me, I couldn't look away because I was like, oh my God, are they actually doing this right now? Let's see. Stephanie B says, sweet wedding memory. It really was. The Joe Show. Welcome back, Joe Show. Another really great Twitterer. He is fantastic at putting together the memes. Like, he puts up some fire memes right now. Let's see. The Joe Show says, sup, bro? Look, I'll try and keep the round head jokes to a minimum. Hey, dude, no, it's totally fine. I even said in the video, like, if that's something that you do, that's fine. That's just not what I do. And so, no, not criticizing you for any reason. That's just something that it's just a personal choice. Let's see. Will Aston Guy says, what do we get when you hit 2K subs? For 1K, you wore the Wookiee onesie. So I'm going to put the Wookiee onesie back on, but I do have something else planned for this stream if we do hit 2K in this stream. If we don't hit it in this stream, then at that point, I'm going to put out a poll on Twitter, and we'll see what's going to happen. But if it does happen while we're streaming today, there is something that I have ready, or something that I could have ready to do for it. So... Johnny 5 says, I've got Ligma. Somebody B with the alien. Is Alien in the chat? It's a great question. Let's see. Jeff Cow says, WWF 1984 to Till Huge, wrestling fan. Now pat yourself on the back. Iron Mike Sharp. Yeah, I mean, I'm still a wrestling fan too. I still watch the modern day wrestling. It's just not as good as what classic wrestling was. Whatever time that they have like moments of greatness, they just immediately run away from it. The only good thing in wrestling, at least from WWE standpoint, is NXT. NXT is fantastic right now. Let's see. The DJD said, DJD show says, well, Newton improved. She is good on Westworld. Yes, she is very. Oh, was that Thandie Newton? Okay. I was wondering because in my mind I was like, wait a minute. I know that face. That was Thandie Newton. Yeah, she was not good in Mission Impossible 2 by any means. So, yeah, absolutely agree with you. She is awesome in Westworld. I love Westworld. She's one of the best parts of Westworld, so I'm glad that she got better. Let's see. Nickel Noodle says, I've been meaning to ask, besides the obvious, which is that Odin is the Allfather, how is it that there are 2 mods here? EVS doesn't have any live streams as far as I know. Well, it's actually funny because basically the way it happened was I was just playing with the chat and I saw, you can click and, press the little, the 3 little dots that are near names. And I noticed that one of it was to make someone a mod. And so I was like, oh, I can make people mods. That's really cool. And so during the first few streams, like both my mods came from literally the first 5 or 6 streams that we did, and it was people who were with me from the very beginning, people who were awesome. And so the first one was Stephanie. She is the general of the Valkyries, and she's just an amazing person. She's someone that I knew beforehand because I'd always see her in the chat. She'd always get shouted out by Jeremy and others, and then I started to engage with her on Twitter, and it was just really, I mean, she's just an amazing person. And so I was just like, no, my first mod is going to be her because she is just wonderful and she's fantastic. And then Tina was just rocking every single chat. She was asking so many great questions. She was staying engaged. She was staying active. I was like, this is obviously the next person that I have to choose. And so she became the second Valkyrie. And so, yeah, I mean, it's been so much fun. They've been great. They've been keeping track of so many things. They keep me on track. They remind me of things when I forget. And so it's just very nice to know that I have that support in the chat. So, yeah, and kudos back out to my Valkyrie. They're amazing. Let's see. Mr. PY says MIT and Thandie Newton. Oh, yeah. So so it was indeed Thandie Newton. Let's see. Darth Tom says first. Nope, not first today, but I appreciate you being here, man. Dave Servo, what's up? Dave says Stuckman's prequel reviews leading up to The Force Awakens were hilarious. Yes, they were. Stories I said I'm craving clam. That's a very interesting thing to crave at this point. Lacey Lost Soldier says Maul was cool till he lit his sword on space Skype. Then they made him dumb. I blew Odin's new friend John Cast. I'm sorry, I said something totally different. I blame Odin's new friend John Cast. Hey, well, you know what? At least he engaged with me. At least he had a conversation with me. Gage, what is up, Gage? Welcome back to the chat. CWD Trixie, welcome back to the chat. Have seen both through Phileas. Gage says, you hype for Venom. I hear in the new trailer he bites a guy's head off. I haven't seen the new trailer, but that would make me totally hyped for it because the first trailer did not. I was not impressed by the first trailer, but if that is in the new one, I would be down for that, man. Let's see. Jeff Cotto says, hey, Odin, remember the Repo Man? He was the one half Demolition Smash. Yes. I do remember that. I do. Star Wars S says, what side of the Ewok has the most hair? The outside. Hound 3000 says, you guys going through terrible films, huh? Yeah, I mean, a little bit. We do a little bit of everything on the Low Council. CWD says, Jumbo Giant Jellyfish. Doxia says, they think they deleted it. We're feeling some heat, probably. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to know more about it because I was being said, hey, what do you think about this? And I don't know, man. Sammy B says, I watched the World Class BSers and it was not that explosive. He was just shocked and disgusted. He didn't want to talk about it. Maybe he took it down. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, people in the chat were making it seem like it was this huge thing. That's why I wanted to check it out. And then it wasn't there anymore. So, yeah, I don't know what happened. Let's see. The DJD show says Comicsgate Team D is getting hit with claims on videos. Fake SJWs are bored. Yeah, I hate that. I really do. Like, if someone actually does something that's worthy of being given a copyright claim or a strike or anything like that, that's one thing. But if you're just going after somebody because you don't agree with what they say, that's just sad. That's just sad and that's pathetic. Like, find something better to do with your life. If that's all you can do, if that's the thing that makes you happy in life, come on. Find a new hobby. Let's see. Well, last name guy says, if Venom is in the MCU, I'm excited for it. If not, I don't care. I mean, I think a lot of people feel that way. Let's see. Joe says, yeah, I saw the World Class BS stream. There was a 4chan article about supposed Hollywood pedos. Ryan Johnson name came up. Ron Perlman came up as well. Jeff seemed uncomfortable with it. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to 4chan, obviously they can expose a lot of things, but there's also a lot of questions, and there's definitely some thoughts and some doubt about the the responsibility, or not the responsibility, but rather the credibility of some of the things they say. So that's the reason why I'm definitely not comfortable with that. But also at the same time, it makes you wonder, like, well, like I'm sure one of those names might be true, because usually a list doesn't just start off at random. It usually starts off with, oh, I got 2 names. I need more to make this a thing. Oh, let me just add these other names. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, who is actually someone. I mean, that's just, it's really disgusting. It's really disturbing to think about. CWD says, after seeing some of the trailers, I wonder how laughable the Meg will be. I'm gonna go see the Meg. I'm actually so excited for the Meg, because it looks so bad. It looks like, you know how the first Sharknado film was just laughably bad, and then they just tried to cash grab on it and try to make things even more ridiculous. I stopped watching after the first one, but the first one is hilarious. That's what I think the Meg's gonna be, and I can't wait, because they know it's ridiculous, and knowing that going in and playing off of that should be fun. Let's see. Jeff Cotto, oh sorry, Johnny5 says, Arkham City is my favorite game of all time. I've heard a lot of great things about Arkham City. I haven't seen any of the gameplay for it, but Arkham Asylum looked really cool. Jeff Cotto says, another threat 80 song, another hot 80 song. Who's Johnny by Eldebarge. A Wonderful Bug says, Lando steals the Falcon. Yep. And just never returns. Steals the Falcon and never returns, and then we're left to question and wonder. Trevor Toon says, powerful Sith can hide their eyes from others like a mind trick thing. Interesting. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Star Wars Dad says, okay, one more. What do you call a female Mandalorian? A woman Mandalorian. Yes. Yes, Star Wars Dad. Do it. Jeff Toon says, Arkham games are kick-ass. That's what I've heard. I've heard nothing but those things. Jeff Cotto says, TLJ, the last joke. You know what? At this point, it might well be, because if they don't turn things around soon, it's not going to be good for them. Gage says, Sony is holding the rights of Venom for a trilogy and a universe of their own. Hell, even Spider-Man is only in the MCU because Sony said so, and he is only at Marvel for a limited time until Sony takes him back. Exactly. I mean, they basically just made a deal. They made a short-term deal to try and revamp Spider-Man. And the problem I think is going to happen is that he's going to be great as long as Marvel holds on to the creative control of it. And as soon as he goes back to Sony, they're just going to ruin it again, unfortunately. Let's see, DJD Show says, World Class Masters did a video that morning. I broke the tweet story to John Talk Star Wars. EVS talks about it on his stream. I made a video about the 1K tweets deleted that weekend. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's so many crazy things going on right now. CWD says, for funny, awful movie character, we need a Golden Rose Tico Award. Yes. Oh, that sounds so good. The Golden Rose Tico Awards. That sounds amazing. Please tweet that out to Eve the Man Skyver, or try and get a comment in one of his videos, maybe even on High Council, because that could be something, man. The Golden Rose Tico Awards. That sounds fantastic. Stars S says, my best one. What did the Rancor say after he ate the Wookiee? Chewy. Cowboy says, nope, Roundheads movies all suck. Again, I appreciate your opinion on that. Brick is actually a really good film. I personally like Brick. Let's see. Jeff Cotto says, Star Trek vs. Star Wars can't be done. Star Trek switches up on main character. Shame. Star Wars Dad says, Luke used dark side powers. Interesting. The DJD Show says, Ryan Johnson has not insulted a fan in 72 hours. July 20th, 2018, last time he insulted a fan. Oh my God. Yes, dude. Please keep track of that, because that's fantastic. Johnny Five says, the High Council is live. My place is here. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. And again, guys, if you want to check out the High Council, please go ahead and check them out. They are an amazing group of people. They are fantastic, and I love them. Will Last Name Guy says, speaking of Roundheads, has Odin watched anything with Carl Pilkington yet? No, and I got the name right the first time. Boom, baby. And no, I have not. Let's see, 70B. Yes, Harvey Korman is Hedley Lamar, and he was Count the Money. Damone in History of the World Part 1. Yes, he was. Like, he was such a great character actor. So that's the reason why I actually do like his part on the holiday special, because he is so talented as a comic actor. Let's see. Hound 3000 says, can't wait for John and Odin to team up. Yeah, that's tomorrow night. So yeah, tomorrow night, guys, me and John Talk Star Wars are doing a live stream together. I think we're going to do it on his channel since I'm pretty sure he's monetized. And so I want him to be able to get any super chats that come in if anyone wants to give super chats. So I want to make sure that happens there. So look out for that. The plan right now is to go live 7 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow with John Talk Star Wars. And then I will be going probably till around 8:30, 8:45, because then at 9, the plan is I'm going to do a video recording for Geeks and Gamers on a wrestling topic, which I'm very excited for. Lots of things going on this week. And then also on Friday, we just confirmed it. On Friday, me and Lethal Lightning, who's usually a regular in the chat, but because we live so far away, sometimes it doesn't work out. But we are going to be doing a live stream together on Friday. More details will be coming soon. So if you like Lethal Lightning, check out his channel if you don't know who he is, because he does some really great stuff. But we are going to be doing a collaborative live stream together, and I'm very excited because he's a really cool guy. Let's see, the DJD show says that would be fun. Mr. Peabody says Rey is going to have a rainbow lightsaber with tassels. Oh god, don't even throw that idea out there, because with all the nonsense going on in Hollywood these days, that would not be too far off from something that they would do. Jeffrey Toon says, don't forget Luke's mascara in the holiday specials. Harvey Korman played Hedley Lamar in Blazing Saddles. Yeah, dude. Hedley Lamar. It's so good. Yes, oh my god. And the makeup that he has in the holiday special and his hair, there's just so many things. He looks like a little surfer boy. It's hilarious. Jake M says, Snoke used Force Lightning once in The Last Jedi. It was so terrible we forget about it. Yeah, exactly. Like, that was the only time I think that he used Force Lightning. And yeah, I think, yeah, Jake, you're right about that. And yeah, yep, it's so bad we forget about it. Jeffrey Toon says, Rey is a Jedi Majorette. DJD Show says, yeah, it was boring news satire this week. Yeah, it really was. Nickel Noodle says, almost impossible to get a word in on the High Council unless you super chat. I think it will be the same here soon enough. I mean, again, you say that, but then after the stream, you know, our numbers have stayed pretty much the same. We had that one stream, like the first stream right after, where we got like, you know, like 70 people in here, but I think that was just because people were just wondering, like, oh, I heard about you and I'm interested. So I don't know if we're ever going to hit that number again, but I'm fine with where we are right now. And if that does happen, it's not going to be, so the way I have it planned right now is this. So give me a second. So if the day does ever come where for some reason my chat gets crazy, which, I mean, is both a good thing and a bad thing, because I think the whole appeal of my channel is the fact that we're small enough to be able to interact with every single person. But if that ever happens, and also I think this is what I think this is what we're going to do with the live stream with John Talk Star Wars and also with Lethal Lightning, is that if you want us to read a comment, if you want us to answer a question or engage with anything, then you're going to have to do like the @Owens Movie Blog or @John Talk Star Wars, etc. So that way it shows up as red on our screen, or it's that way we can see that and we know, okay, so this person wants us to respond, because I think that there are just so many comments in here that don't have that. I feel like we'd be able to get through more, and that might be what I do going forward, is because I don't ever want to come to the point where all I do is take, you know, super chats. I know that there are some channels that are so big they have to, just to be able to stay on point, but I never want to become that. And so I think the way that I'm going to handle it instead is not only to read super chats, but also anyone that does tag me in their comments, so that way I know that they want me to actually read their comments. So I think that's what I'm going to do going forward with that, though. CWD says, you know, it's sad when cave dwellers make more sense than The Last Jedi. Star Wars Dad says, if episode 9 opened up with Rose being blown away by an AT-AT, I might see it. Oh, come on. Be kind to Rose Tico. Rose Tico is amazing. Johnny 5 says, Birdemic is more faithful to Star Wars than The Last Jedi. Dude, Birdemic. Oh, that movie. Let's see. Star Wars Dad says, Jeremy Irons, superb actor. I absolutely agree with you for sure. See, Chuck Graham says, going to the High Council. See you soon. Odin, 6 subs away. Have a good night. Well, thank you for that update. 6 subs away from 2,000 guys. And thank you very much. Appreciate that. And go enjoy the High Council. Jeffrey Toon says, I thought the Nazi and ISIS analogy was a little too much, but SJWs are extremes. And extreme SJWs are insane. No, I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand like where you're coming from with that, but I feel like if we start to do those things where we try and compare them to, I mean, because it's just like when they try to compare like people like me to being like a Nazi or anything like that. It's just like, I feel like it goes so extreme sometimes that the term Nazi itself starts to lose its meaning. And so that's why I'd rather not throw those things around. Like, until someone actually starts to like kill and murder millions of people of a particular race, then we can save that term for them for sure. But until then, I would personally just rather not. I would rather not use it. But I understand where you're coming from. Hound 3000 says, anyone heard of Turkish Star Wars? No. But sounds amazing. CWD says, Last Jedi needs Torgo the White. Hound 3000 says, heard it was a bad and ripped off scenes from episode 4. That actually sounds kind of amazing. Tina says, same here. I love seeing the channel grow, but I don't want to see it to a point where he only sees our comments due to super chat. Yeah, again, I don't ever want that either. And if it ever does happen where we're crazy chat, again, I'm going to do everything within my power not to become that. Jeffertune says, I haven't heard of Turkish Star Wars. I know it sounds so good. He says, I bet that's good if you had some weed. You know what? From what I've heard about weed, it sounds about right. Star Wars Dad says, what do you call two sons fighting each other? Star Wars? Dude, you said you were done, man. You keep on rocking it. Johnny 5 says, who's seen The Amazing Bulk? If that's like a ripoff of like Hulk or anything, that sounds amazing. CWD says, oh yeah, The Amazing Bulk, that ain't no Barney the Purple Dinosaur. Jason Clark says, there cannot be any possible way that Rian Johnson will be given the trilogy now. If anything, he is very much aware, but no one likes his movies, or especially what he's done with Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, I agree. He has to be aware of it now at this point, just because of everything that's been happening. All of the, the money that was lost on Solo was a very big indicator of that. So yeah, I just don't see why it would be a very stupid financial decision for them to do so. Jeff Cotto says, for me, it's an impossible mission to actually see those. Nice. Tina says, thank you very much. No, Tina, you're amazing. Love my General Valkyrie, Brunhilde. Brunhilde. I like that. Trevor Toon says, I'd love to see a Bollywood version of Friday the 13th or Halloween film. Oh, my God. Could you imagine, like, Jason or Michael Myers, like, dancing to Bollywood music? That'd be amazing. Mr. P.I. says, you missed it. Thandie Newton was Val. No, I do know that. I do know that. So I do know Thandie Newton played that role. I didn't know that Thandie Newton was the woman in Mission Impossible 2. That was the part I missed, but I know who Thandie Newton is. And she was fine solo. Unfortunately, they killed her character way too soon, which was interesting. Veal Ned says, not my Venom. Hey, I hear that. The first trailer irked me quite a bit. Let's see. Jason Clark says, Geeks and Gamers, next appearance, Odin. Don't know. The next video that I'm doing for them for sure is tomorrow. We're recording a wrestling video. I don't know what we're going to be talking about exactly, but I know that he wants to do more wrestling content, and he knows that I'm a huge wrestling fan. I still watch it, so he's going to have me on there, so it should be fun, but it's going to be a recorded video, so I don't know when that's going to be released. I'm assuming it's going to be released Thursday, so that's probably the next time that you're going to see me on there, and then I still need to figure out the next video I'm going to do. Again, I think right now he wants to try and get me on once a week, so I'm going to try and stick to that. I don't want to try and send him too many things at this point, so I think what I'm going to do is do another box office breakdown for a couple different films maybe, and we'll see. Also too, I might see how many theaters Solo is still in, and maybe just do like a final box office analysis for Solo, since I think that film's pretty much done making any money. JGM says, what are your thoughts on the Fox Disney buyout so Marvel can finally get the Fantastic Four, X-Men? Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it for that reason, but then I'm also scared because obviously Disney's just becoming so damn powerful and so large that I think that just could be dangerous. The only other good thing from that deal is that we might finally get the original Star Wars films without all of the nonsense added in, like an official despecialized edition. So I think that could be kind of cool. But other than that, I'm kind of hesitant because I think they're getting way too big personally. I just, again, I like that they're going to be able to get a control of these characters because I think they could, especially with Marvel in control, like the people at Marvel in control, I think they could do some really cool things with the properties, but I'm also kind of wary of it as well. Johnny 5 says, the Low Council. Hound 3000 says, talking about Bollywood, there's a Bollywood version of Collateral. Really? Why would they do a... I don't understand. Out of all the movies to make a Bollywood version of, Collateral would be like one of the last ones that I would think of. Let's see. Star Wars Dad says, I was attacked for sticking up for Chris Pratt. I know, like, that's just like, and Chris Pratt again, these people, they make no sense. They make no sense at all. Let's see. Jeff Gatto says, Star Wars Dad, Pratt rocks, dude. Last name guy says, gotta do things, be back later. Hopefully. Well, thanks, last name guy, for joining us for as long as you did. And hopefully you can make it back. Hound 3000 says, seen American Gods? Odin is in there. Really? Interesting. I've never seen it. The DJD show says Odin is there. Really interesting. Let's see. Sammy B says, I want to see the Meg because, well, Jason Statham. he is a badass. He is indeed a badass. Let's see. Star's Dad says American Gods book was awesome. The series so-so. Yeah, I mean, I actually heard the book was so-so from someone who's an avid reader, so I'm interested. Let's see. Laser Pants Toy Junk says Sharknado was better than The Last Jedi. I'd rather see it, that's for sure. Let's see. Johnny 5 says, bye, Odin. Well, bye, Johnny 5. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Hope you can join us once again. CWD says, when it comes to fun, bad movies, nothing beats some good Asylum movies. Interesting. Kyle David, what's up? Kyle David says, hey, Odin, do you think Star Wars Episode 9 will be good? I'm really disappointed about all that happened in 8, but I liked Episode 7. Again, I'm one of those persons that did like Episode 7 in isolation. I think The Last Jedi's kind of ruined it. So as far as Episode 9 is concerned, it really depends on whether or not they're going to start listening to the fans. If they're going to start listening to the fans, if they're going to try and fix things, if they're going to try and maybe retcon some things from Episode 8, then I think 9 could actually be pretty cool. But that requires a lot of things. One, it requires getting rid of Kathleen Kennedy because she's the one that's been driving Lucasfilm away from the fans. That's the reason why one of the first things she did when she became the head of Lucasfilm was she ended the Clone Wars before the series got a chance to end. That was like one of the best things that they had going at the time. She's one of the main reasons why we have the whole situation with Rey, why we have all these other nonsensical things happening. The story group, this whole reason why the story group was just so poorly chosen. So I think that it really starts there with her, but also too that J.J. Abrams is, pretty much told very specifically, do not try to subvert fan expectations because we cannot afford that to happen. So I think it could be good, but it requires a lot of work. They have a lot of things to do. Let's see. Lost Soldier says, who's Johnny? She said and smiled in her special way. That is El Debarage. Such a great old song. Nice. DJ D says, Golden Rose Tico Awards. I know, it just sounds fantastic. It sounds amazing. Gage says, moral question. If you saw into two futures and you see one mass tragedy and you can warn people about it to avoid it, but if you do, even worse tragedy will happen, what will you do? Well, if I know that the worst tragedy will happen if I stop the first one, well then I think that kind of answers the question, but I would do the very best that I can to stop any bad thing from happening. Even if I knew that something was going to happen, I would still do the very best that I could to stop it from happening. It's the same thing when people always it's the moral question that's all people give, or if you had a train track and you had to make a choice to switch the track, you can only switch the track once, and basically what it did was you either kill one person or you kill 100. I would do everything I could to save all 101 of them, and that's the reason why some people say, oh, you have to answer the question. It's like, well, I'm not going to answer the question because I think that killing, someone saying, oh, killing one person is not as bad as killing 100. It's like, well, killing anybody is a bad thing. So, again, I'm going to do the very best I can to avoid both. Let's see. Star's Dad says, Rose Tico and Admiral Gender Studies need to go to SNL and stay there. That's a good point. AM Fitness says, looking forward to the Meg. Jason Statham better punch that shark in the face. Damn right, man. That has to be in there. Like, based on the trailer, that has to be in there. My wife and me like shark-themed films. After The Shallows and 47 Meters Down, I'm looking forward to The Silliness. Yeah, I didn't hear very good things about at least 47. I heard The Shallows actually was not as bad as people thought. 47 Meters Down, I didn't hear very good things about. But, yeah, the Meg just looks like so much fun. Star Saz says, the show I'm most excited for is Game of Thrones prequel, especially they'll be doing The Long Night. I agree. I think that it could be really damn cool, and I'm also looking forward to it as well, especially after Game of Thrones ends. I'm going to want that world to continue, and so I can't wait. These nuts made you look. Somebody says, woo, Lethal Lightning on Friday. Yeah, I am very, very excited for that. Star Wars says, my son, Darth Cody, is looking for a girlfriend. The 8-year-old? Is that the 8-year-old? He's too young, man. Tell me he still has time. Gage, you only need 4 more subs. Wow, that's amazing. Cowboy says, okay, everyone, it's 2:30 a.m. for me, and I need to get going. Loving the channel, and I'll try to make tomorrow's stream. Good night. Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be on 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, so it should be a little bit better for you, but thank you for joining us for as long as you did. I appreciate it. Good to have you here. Stemmy B says, notes, Odin will be on John Talk Star Wars Live Chat Wednesday. Thank you very much. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Odin's recording for Geeks and Gamers on Wrestling coming out soon. And Friday with Lethal Lightning. Damn right. Star Wars Dad says, I love your discussions. You're a faithful man with morals that is doing good work. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Gage says, you drink water, you know who else drinks water? A Nazi. That's exactly right, though. Like, literally every little thing you do, whatever you say, whatever you do, automatically it's like, oh my goodness, you're a white supremacist, you're a Nazi. It's like, no. Like, you're just, no. Just stop. Just stop with the nonsense. Enough. Star Wars says, the term Nazi pisses me off. You know both sets of grandparents escape real Nazis. Really? Oh, wow. That's amazing. Gage says 3 more subs. Wow. Oh, man. We're getting there, guys. We're very close. Joe Show says, by the way, good video from earlier. I plan to read that article. Not that I need more confirmation on that sucky movie. No, but seriously, like, because obviously you have your thoughts and your opinions on the film. You know that there are objective problems with it, but no one has put it into quite as concise words, and also very precise. I hate using these terms in conjunction with each other, but concise and precise. I don't know why, but he really does a great job with it. Again, Matthew Kadish does such an excellent job with it. He introduces philosophical terms to story writing in general that I just think are so spot on, and I think it's something that a lot of people aren't really talking about, and that's the reason why I like it so much. So definitely check it out. Jojo says, I made a Ryan Johnson Friday the 13th meme. I'll repost it for everyone. One of my favorites. Sounds good. Star Wars Dad says, let's cross over DC and Star Wars. They're both in the toilet, so it can't be any worse. It's a point. Let's see. Star Wars Dad says, I didn't care for Cloak and Dagger. I heard a lot of negative things about it. I don't know if it's going to be renewed or not. But I've never seen it. I haven't seen it. CWD says, Disney might get so big that it will soon be like a large space station with an exposed exhaust port and ready to blow up due to very crappy design. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Yes, Trixie. That's a great point. Jeffrey Toon says, Ian McShane plays Odin in the TV series of American Gods. I love Ian McShane. Ian McShane is a boss. Oh, that's fantastic. I appreciate that. Star Wars Dad says, if Lucasfilm had a bad exhaust port, I'd be the first in line to sink a torpedo into it. I think a lot of people would for sure. Jason Clark says, I would love to see a final numbers breakdown on Solo just to see where it ended up at. That would be cool, Odin. You should do that video. Well, thank you. I very much why. I mean, it's been out for what, 19 weeks at this point, right? Yeah, I mean, it's been out since May, so I think it's close to that. So I think it's getting towards the end of its run. I'll have to check and see. Actually, you know what? Because of this new setup that I have, let me just do that right now. So boxofficemojo.com. Let me just double check and see. So I'm gonna check the box office in live time, guys. I'm going to check the box office numbers for Solo, a Soy Wars story, and I'm just checking one small thing. I just want to see how many theaters it was in, because that will say a lot. So as of okay, yeah, so I'm definitely going to be doing something on it, because it's only in 208 theaters as of this past weekend. So that's probably going to be the next video I do, because again, I was kind of waiting for it to be at the end of its run, and with 208 theaters still showing, no way. So yeah, I'll be doing that. Will probably be my next video. So thank you very much for that shout. And we lost some people. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Let's see. Jason Clark says Ian McShane in Deadwood is a legend. I've seen only a few episodes of Deadwood, but he is an amazing part of it for sure. It's a series that I've always wanted to watch the entire thing, but I just never had the time to. But yeah, Ian McShane's awesome. Hound 3000 says, no, my favorite so far is Anasi. Amphita says, OMB, I'll leave you with this. Solo down to 208 screens. Okay, yes, yeah, so I just got to that. Oh, man, I should have just kept reading. 208 screens in North America, 9 weeks after release, so it's 9. Okay, gotcha. Kathleen Kennedy can stay on permanent vacation. Her failure is now complete. Embarrassing for Star Wars. I agree with you absolutely completely. Kyle Davis says, I agree. Thanks for the answer. No problem, man. Ratboy says, what's up, Ratboy? He says, I was at a restaurant for dinner and about to put my phone away when your live notification came up. Did a Vader? No! What's the tonight's hot topic? Well, I'm like 3 away from 2,000, so, yeah, some, Chewy onesie is about to come out if that happens live on stream, and then, since I didn't have time to plan for this, since I didn't know when I was going to hit 2,000, I have something planned that could be good, could be special. All right. See, Richie Rich says, I just binge watched Anti-Trekker's review of The Last Jedi. You know it's bad when an 8-hour review is better than the... It's an 8-hour review? Was it a live... I'm assuming it must have been a live stream. Like, there's no way. Wow. Damn, that's insane. C70 says, Brad is watching the High Council hunt. Didn't even come out to get his raggedy flowers. I know, right? Like... I mean, that's when he's the ultimate troll, because, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's there. I'm sure if someone just goes over there real quick and you see Brad in there, tell him that he must come to the Low Council. Keith Howard says, do you like the new Equalizer? I've never seen either. I really didn't know the Equalizer was worth seeing until just recently when I saw some reviews on it. So I want to see the first one before I see the second one, but I've heard that the second one's pretty good. I hear it's a lot of fun. Lost Soldier says, Game of Thrones Long Night would be amazing. Absolutely agree. That could be so damn cool. Star Wars Dad says that's his 10-year-old. So your 10-year-old wants a girlfriend. That's interesting. Mr. PY says, Odin, are you going to have your own trilogy? The Wookiee Awoken, Attack of the Onesie, The Puppy Strike Back. Yes. Yes. Mr. Peabody, you get the first digital cookie of the night. Yes. Oh, man, that's fantastic. Cookies for Mr. Peabody. That's amazing. So, again, his trilogy, The Wookiee Awoken, Attack of the Onesie, and I like that last one, The Puppy Strike Back. Yes, absolutely. So I think when we hit 3,000, I'm going to have to get the puppies on the stream. Let's hope that we don't get another poop scoop moment. Let's see. Nickel Noodle says, any chance Disney includes a scene in episode 9 that shows L337 actually is uploaded into the Falcon, and might we catch Lando doing something inappropriate with her in one of those secret compartments? Oh, man. Nickel Noodles, you also get a digital cookie. Oh, man. I don't. Realistically, I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, but man. Oh, that's so good. See, Gage says, I saw 47 meters down. It was okay. Most of it's suspense with one big shock scare scene to make it sad with a trick ending. That's all hallucination. Ending up pretty much saying, gotcha. It was all a hallucination. That's a terrible ending. Again, I'm glad you spoiled it for me because I didn't have any intention on seeing it, but that's a terrible, terrible ending. Let's see, 70B says, whoa, 3 more subs. Guys, 3 more. 3 more subs. Wow. Tina says, at 8:42 Central Standard Time, it's 8:48, so I'm only 6 minutes behind. We have 45 likes and 34 watching. Come on, subscribe. Yes, please do. If you are new to this channel for the live stream, hit that subscribe. Push us over 2,000. Let's see. Gage says, did you know that in Friday the 13th comic, Jason showed a nice side? Really? I've never read the comments, so that's a weird place to take Friday the 13th. CWD Trixie says, if you want a bad CGI giant shark movie, check out Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, and Mega Shark makes the Meg look like a minnow. I have heard about that, but I think the CGI from the Meg might be a little bit better, which is why I think I might enjoy it a little bit more. I have seen bits and pieces of Mega Shark. In fact, isn't there a part in Mega Shark and the Giant Octopus, I think it was this film, where the guy at the very end says, want me to come over and and eat out your, insert expletive? Isn't that the movie with that line's in it? If you've never seen it, like, look up Mega Shark, Giant Octopus. It should be one of the first things that come up there. When I saw it, I was like, I cannot believe that they put that line into a movie. Let's see. Gage says, a deformed kid who couldn't swim was picked up and thrown into the water, but it was only 4 feet deep, so he was fine. But Jason saw and got pissed. Interesting. I guess that makes sense though. At least that's like consistent with his character. See, Star Wars Dad says, bedtime for son. See you guys tomorrow. Well, good night, Star Wars Dad. Thank you for joining us. Gage says, when you got to see Jason Voorhees kill a bunch of kids, and then the deformed kid comes out of the water and sees Jason holding one of the bullies' head about to kill him, but Jason stops and sees. Oh man, that's amazing. So he says, hit that like button and you will get a digital. Lost Soldier says, Solo is still in theaters. Disney's just trying to put, yeah, exactly. But it's in very few screens at this point. So yeah, it's essentially dead. There's no way it's making any more money. Let's see. Lost Soldier says, Deadwood was so good, sad it ended abruptly. Yeah, that's what I heard about that too. Like, I heard it just ended way too quickly. Gage says, sees himself in the boy and kidnaps the boy and kills people and steals their lunches to feed the boy and makes the kid kill people to toughen him up so he can pick on. Oh my god, that's so messed up. But again, that's consistent with his character. But that's only in a comic could you do that. I would love to see them do a film adaptation of that. Jacob says, what do you do for fun, man, besides killing it on YouTube? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm a big movies guy, so I love watching movies. I love watching TV, YouTube, things like that. Also, so a group of friends of mine, we're going to start playing this game called Cabbage Ball. I don't know if that's just specific to the South or not, but essentially, it's baseball with a giant soft ball, so that way you don't have to play with a glove. You can actually catch it, you can throw it, you can hit it, it's fine. And so we're going to be starting that up on Saturday, I think is the first day, if we get enough people. Even if we don't get enough people, I think that we might just try to play just to like kind of get used to it. but I'm really excited for that. So that's what we'll be doing too, and yeah, that's pretty much most of what I do. That makes a lot more sense, because if he went for 8 straight hours, like, I thought my 3.5-hour stream was impressive, but oh man, 8 hours is insane. Gage says, but the sheriff wants to kill the kid because he saw him on meth and kill 2 people, so the kid learns to really like Jason, as he seems like a best friend that will never hurt him, all while Jason is, so he's going to continue his killing people. Dude, that's so insane. Tina says, Mahler has, I think, 3 sections, and each one run about 90 minutes. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Lost Soldier, poo! Yes, Mr. Peabody getting that digital cookie. Gage says, by the way, the kid is smart, but he is deformed because of it. He will die before his 18th birthday. Damn. That's actually a really cool story arc, to be honest. Like, within that story, that's a really cool story arc. Yes, Nickel Noodles is getting that cookie. Yes, y'all are in sync tonight. Yes, my Valkyries are syncing. Lost Soldier says, ew, Pando, if the flamingo is a rockin', don't come a-knockin'. Lost Soldier, digital. Kid gets scared and runs up to Jason. Oh, boy, I'm getting the whole description, man. Gregory W, what's up, Gregory W? Welcome back to chat. Odin, you should put some milk in your water bottle there and then let it run down your beard after taking a swig. It would subvert our expectations. That would also be really disturbing for so many different reasons. I don't think I want to do that. Tina says, okay, I missed something, folks. What is the Meg? So the Meg is all about the Megalodon shark, and it stars Jason Statham. It's coming out in like 2 weeks, I think, and it's going to be an amazing masterpiece. So yeah, Tina, look up the teen Waterloo and The Longest Day, 2 good war films. I have not. Super Dad M says, hello everyone, I hope you all had a great day. Well, welcome back, Super Dad. Welcome back to the chat. Lost Soldier, Super Shark, yep, Megalodon. Gage says, the soldiers take the kid, but the kid says that he likes Jason and says that he is a person who will never let anyone pick on him ever again since the day he died. So the kid became best friends with Jason because they were so similar to each other, with Jason teaching the kid to stand up for himself. That's really cool. That's actually kind of cool. Jason Clark says, Odin, I've been meaning to ask, what does your wife do for a living? Is that her job that makes her travel out of town so much? No. She was out of town for family. Like, that's usually the reason why she's ever out of town is for family. Right now she works for a university as a office manager currently. Lost Soldier, green milk. Yes, what I need is get some coloring. I need to get some food coloring and put that in milk and then drink some blue-green milk. That's what I need to do. Kate says, it's easily one of the best Friday the 13th comics called Friday the 13th, How I Spent My Summer Vacation. That is very interesting. Tina says, sounds like the movie of the year. It really does sound like the movie of the year. Let's see. Lost Soldier says, ooh, nom. Yes. Mr. Peabody, you enjoy that cookie, Lost Soldier. Mr. Peabody says, no, milk drizzle. That's so bad. CWD Trixie says, gotta go. People also sub. Well, thank you, CWD. I appreciate that so much. Super Dad says, there's a great article regarding the terrible Last Jedi from the National Review. The chat won't let me link the address. Yeah, so it won't do that. I actually shouted out that article in my video today. It is in the description of that video. I just didn't have time to cover it, but yeah, it basically just breaks down everything that's been going on with the Last Jedi, and it's very concise. It's very, very good. Lost says, thank you for the cookies. Delicious. They have Valkyrie dust on them, baked by Odin's lightning. Yeah. That's how you know they're good. I'm actually caught up with the chat. This is actually quite early. I know that we lost a lot of people, probably for the High Council, and so hopefully we get some more of the regulars on here too. And can someone tell me, what is the sub update? I'll check it on my end. Let's see. How many subs are we up to? Gage says, in the comics, Jason also knows how to shoot guns. He just likes simple weapons like knives and blunt weapons. He doesn't like complex things, but will if he needs to. Interesting. That is very interesting. Warren says 1997, so we are very, very close. We're 3 away, and the High Council is live with 1.4 thousand subs. That's crazy. Also, guys, my video today, really, I'm getting so pissed off at the YouTube algorithm because I think because I had Kathleen Kennedy in the title, it automatically did better. Like, it's already surpassed yesterday's video, and yesterday's video has been up for a very long time. Guys, like, and that's the reason why, like, I think I wouldn't be as mad at YouTube if, like, they weren't just holding off, like, on, because obviously monetization still hasn't happened, which, again, is fine for now, I guess, because it's not, like, the biggest priority, but it's also something where it's kind of annoying because there's a lot of things I really want to do with the channel that I'm waiting for that so that I can start doing those things, because then at that point I'll be able to afford to do the things that I want to do. But also too, like not only is that totally wrong and stupid, but then also that whole algorithm thing's messed. New York year, yes, that's still on my list of things to see. Lost Soldier says 1997 subs. What movie came out then? Nicholas says, Odin, does your wife know you have this channel? Recently, I started thinking Jeremy's wife at Geeks and Gamers doesn't really know what he's doing in his studio set with his little dog and his webcam. I'm pretty sure that his wife does. My wife does. In fact, she always comments saying, I can hear everything that you're saying, because I'm a very loud person sometimes, especially when I'm doing videos. So yeah, she knows exactly what I'm doing. And I know that she wants to be on a stream soon. So Mr. Peabody says, I used to be on Pale Talk Live and had my dog on cam pause on keyboard. Every question asked got a reply of woof. Me and my wife have actually been talking about that. So we are planning possibly of doing a channel called River and Willow on Film. And it's going to be quick movie reviews. And what we're going to do is we're going to film our dogs just doing random things. And then we're going to put voices onto them. And I think it sounds pretty amazing, and I know that both of us are actually really excited about it. So look forward to that possibly coming out. Yeah, it could be a lot of fun. Gage says, yeah, he was a badass. He grabbed an old guy with a gun and put him in a headlock and grabbed his hand and used him to shoot a room full of soldiers, then broke the guy's neck. Damn. That's crazy. Jason Clark says, YouTube was making me mad that kept unsubbing me from your channel like every other day. I know, like, I've heard so many people say that too. Like, everyone's been unsubbed from the channel randomly, and it just really is annoying. And also too, sometimes in my dashboard app, like, the subs jump like 100, 200, and I never know what's going on or what's up. And also, like, sometimes the views don't update. And also, as I said, like, the fact that I'm very happy that today's video is doing well, but the fact that today's video is currently at 894 views, and yesterday's video is stuck at 871, and they both, like, I hit the 10-minute thing, because I know that's something that does with, like, when the algorithm sees your video is 10 minutes long, it's automatically better for some reason. Like, I don't understand it. And also, we're losing a lot of people, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Let's see. Jeffrey 2 says, I'm apparently lost for words. Sammy B says, Freya, lightning. Tina says, Odin, is this the article? That is the article that I did my video on today, but there's another article that I post in the description of that video. That is the article that Super Dad was talking about. 70B says, I will watch R&W on movies. River and Willow movies will be fun. I know, I think a lot of people would like it. Tina says, yes, I have caught up with us. Oh no, we can't have that. Start thinking of PF stuff to say. Doc C says, 1997 surprisingly had a slew of good films. The 90s in general had a lot of really great films. Lost Soldier says, Odin and Freya, I love it. Maybe we should do your logo like something that incorporates both you and the Hounds of Valhalla. That could be really cool. Yeah, Lost Soldier, you're the one that said that you have like a history of graphic design, because man, like, that could be so damn cool. Gage says, Jason in the comics also has an insane healing factor. His whole left side of his torso was blown off by a grenade, and Mr. Peabody says, it does sound good. Dogs always have the most amazing faces. You put words behind it. Amazing. Yeah. And also too, I could have them watch like a really bad film and just film them while they're sleeping, and just have them do like, yes, it was very, very tiring. It made me fall asleep, and I was not a fan of it at all. It's funny because now our dogs like know their voices, and so they instantly react when we do their voices. Let's see, 70B, that would be an amazing, that would be such an awesome logo. You're right about that. All right, since I'm caught up with the chat, I'm going to take a sip of water. Also, let's see how many subs we're up to. Yeah, I was just making sure, because sometimes my dashboard app is ahead of my channel. Like, it's just weird. Like, YouTube is so weird. Like, sometimes my subs are just inconsistent with each other. So I was just making sure, because I know yeah, my app's been weird lately, but I'm still at 1997, which was a good year. All right, so let's see. Gage says, in Jason X, they actually mentioned his healing factor, that is tissue regen. TV shows, cartoons, movies. I mean, almost everything it seems that came out of the 90s as far as like pop culture is concerned was really good. Yeah, so I agree. I think the early 2000s was like kind of the tail end of the 90s, like luck with that. But yeah, after that, it just went really down. Jason Clark says, just a reminder that watch Zero Effect. It is still on my list, so don't worry. I will be watching it at some point. Sammy B says, okay, so what was Mike Sexton talking about on Twitter? Something about the Wet Bandits. Yeah, so basically Mike Sexton just tagged me in a tweet the other day, like earlier this week, saying that I was in a band called the Wet Bandits, and it was like a picture of me, him, and someone else, and I think it's hilarious. And he's playing it really hard and close to home. So yeah, but it's just it's for fun, and I think it's hilarious. Mr. PY says they already critiqued the Lash. This is the one which was in your video description. Yeah, cool. Gregory W, can I sub twice? I don't think you can do that. So I wish you could, but we are very close. Jake M says, what are your thoughts on the Mandela effect? What's the Mandela effect? Let me Google that real quick, and I can give you my thoughts on it. Mandela effect definition. Let's see. In 2010, the phenomenon of collective false memory was dubbed the Mandela effect by self-described paranormal consultant Fiona Broom in reference to a false memory she reports of the death of South African leader Nelson Mandela in the 1980s when he was in fact still alive. So false memory, I think that definitely happens. It's interesting because if that's what it is, again, if Mandela effect is just a term for false memory, I've definitely had that before. Mostly confused. I think it's interesting that that comes from a paranormal consultant though. Let's see. Gage says, one was crazy but kind of funny. It was called Portal to Hell, I think. It's about a serial killer who looked up to Jason and wanted the death sentence so he could go to hell and meet Jason. That is so crazy. 70B said, I was lost. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that you were lost. Lost says do it, but I had one at one point. But yes, that is definitely something to think about in the future for sure. Super says, yes, that's the one. Yes, thank you very much for that. Math Tutor. What's up, Math Tutor? Gage says 2,000? We hit 2,000? Let me double check. 2001, guys, we've done it. I was actually wearing it the whole time. It hasn't been on the fully, but it is on. So guys, the Chewbacca onesie has returned. All right, we're back, guys. Welcome. This is who we are. Hello, and welcome to Odin's Movie Blog. I am the critic who's a cynic. We just hit 2,000 subs. Guys, we are now twice over 1,000. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. I did not expect, again, I said this when I hit the 1,000. I did not expect to hit 2,000 this quickly. So y'all are bosses right now. Thank y'all so much. And I'm going to announce the second thing that I had planned in a second. I just want to get through the rest of these chats. Jason Clark says, back in the 90s, writers for movies, TV actually were creating original material, not just rebooting everything. You're right. Yeah, and you're absolutely right about that. There was so much more original content coming out then. 70B says, Tina needs a digital cookie. She's working so hard. Guys, I'm just going to say, Superdad says, it really lays out the whole situation of Last Jedi. That's good to hear. Let's see, 70B says, my Mandela effect, the Berenstein Bears are the Berenstein Bears, yes. Yas. Jefferton says, Pinhead was going to be at the end of Freddy vs. Jason, but they couldn't get the rights for the character. Interesting. Dog C says, congratulations. I just got to these guys, so congratulations. Thank you, Warren. 2001, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Jake M says, one of the main ones was how Darth Vader said, or Berenstein people have for things they didn't pay attention to, but had emotional connections to. That makes sense. Superdad says, it is kind of hard searching for stuff like linking my cell. I appreciate your help. Hey, no problem, man. Tina, woo, 2001. Thank you so much. Jake M putting that fire. Yes, 70B. Grats. Thank you so much, Jeffrey Toon. I appreciate that. Doxia says, oh dear. Gregory W says, Jake M, the Berenstein Bears spelling really bothers me. Nickel Noodles, many congrats, brother. Well, thank you, Nickel Noodles. I appreciate that so much. Stream health went down for a second. I'm sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much. Mr. P.I. says, turn on the oven, and there are porgs to be roasted. I didn't have them ready because I was looking at the numbers, and again, we're already like an hour and a half into this, so I did not think that it would actually happen on the stream, so I did not get the chicken. I'm so sorry, and I didn't let people, but I have something really special in mind. Lester says, Odin, do the running man. Okay. All right, well, Lost. This is not what I had planned, but because Lost Soldier. All right, hope you can see that. Lost, that was for you. I hope you could see that. Let me know if you couldn't see it, but that was indeed for you. Oh man, I've fallen behind again. Steph says, so proud of you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Steph. And thank you again, Tina. Again, Tina and Steph are my Valkyries. They are they're the people that help me, get through these chats. They're the ones that are just so helpful. They do so many things behind the scenes that you don't even know about, and they're just amazing. Jay Clark says, Odin, if you're a Viking, do you eat? And the hood is Jedi, but as you can see, this is definitely a Wookiee suit. Mr. PYA says 2,000 congrats. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Tina, thank you. Luster says clanking sword versus shield in the halls of Valhalla. Yes, thank you. Jason Clark says, yes, the onesie. Been waiting for this. Congrats, Odin's brother. Congrats. Thank you so much, Jason Clark. I appreciate that. Let's see. Don Draper says, James Gunn apology has a Mandela effect. People think he apologized for things he did. Darcy says, what's happening, Chewbacca? Jake M's, congrats, man. Thank you so much. Let's see. Jeff Cotto says, oh, crap. Congrats, Odin. Thank you. Gage says, in the book, he does meet Jason, but they hear about a portal out of hell and back to living world. So meet him. So him and Jason go through hell and get all crazy and serial killers to join them. And they go back. Awesome. Lost Soldier, cookie. 70B. Yes. Get those cookies. I remember, no, I'm your father. Yeah, that's what I remember too. But I do like, I hear, but I think the reason why I think of the other one is because so many people say it, because so many people misremember it so often. It's kind of like, for me, my Mandela effect is absolutely without a doubt Princess Bride, because I always say the line, it's like you keep saying that word. I don't think you know. I don't think it means what you think that it does. But when it's actually is like, you keep using that word. I don't think. See, I always forget that one. See, that one's the line for me. Gage says, living world with an army of serial killers straight out of hell. Niggle Noodle says, if I had just stumbled upon this stream, I definitely would have thought I was watching a furry's chat. Valkyries do rot, Jeff Cotter. You're right about that. Congratulations, y'all. Y'all are so awesome. Yes, give those digital hugs to the Valkyrie for sure. Gage says, and Jason and this dude were the leaders of the Hellish Army. By the way, the portal was the Crystal Lake. Nice. Dogsy says, no, I am the Senate. Yes. Gage says, shocker, I know. Yes, y'all are singing up so much. Jason Clark says, do a Wookiee war run. I can't do it. I'm so bad at it. Mike Sexton says, man, you look like a good dressed up Teddy Ruxpin. Trevor Toon says, it was Luke, I am your father, but in the movie it's no, I am your father. That's how I remember, yeah. Mandela effects as Lost Soldier was Star Wars being full of strong female minorities that were just cool and didn't have to be spotlighted, yes. Brad Noble is in the chat, guys. Our pet troll is here. What the F am I watching? I swear it's not porn. Let's see. Mike Sexton says, Wet Bandits rule. Hashtag yes. What's up, Mike Sexton? Hashtag Wet Bandits rule. Gage, the other book could actually be a show as it would fit with the book. It's about a crazy world that puts teens on an island, survive to boost ratings. They put Jason there too. Interesting. Jeffrey Toon says, and also Gage, you've just been going on about Jason. I mean, hey, I appreciate it so much, but like you obviously are a huge fan of this. Jefferson says, wow, just wow, that dance, Odin. I hope you appreciate that, man. Hound 3000 says, holy force, you're really wearing it. I am. Jeff Goddard says, Odin, get him, bro. What's up? Mr. B.Y. says, Running Man, that was I am moving through a crowd and I don't spill my drink. Lost Soldier said, word up, Odin, I dance with you. Awesome, Lost Soldier. Awesome. Let's see. Somebody B says, go get the girls, River and Willow. I might get them. They might be sleeping. I don't want to disturb them. Let's see. Super M says, would you put a onesie of Thar Salient? I don't have that onesie. Mike says, congrats on 2K. Well deserved, brother. Well, thank you, Mike Sexton. I appreciate that. My fellow bandmate. Lost Soldier says, Chewbacca. That's what too long. That's way too long. I'm just gonna have to give you a nickname or something like Chewie. I know, right? Like, oh, so stupid. And that's a reference to Solo. That's how Chewie got his name in Solo, and it really was so stupid, man. See, Super says, oh yeah, I made it. Sorry I'm late. Odin was out shopping with the family. My Wi-Fi sucks, but I'm definitely gonna try and stay. Well, Super, thanks for joining, and we just hit 2,000. It's raining cookie 70B. Lost Soldier says, hello, my name is Indigo. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Mr. B.I. says, 3,000 subs, Odin wearing Wookiee onesie, beating up Teletubbies. Brad Noel says, LOL, or low council, Chewie is scary. Come on. Hound 3000 says, all you need right now is a fried pork. I know, I need a fried pork so bad. Let's see, DJ D Show says, Kratz getting a beer. Sounds good. Pokefan, hello, low council. What's the topic of conversation tonight? I just hit 2,000. Pokefan, welcome back to the chat. Gregory says, as you wish. Let's see. Super says, also congrats on 2K. You look fabulous. Well, thank you. I appreciate that so much. I have to change the title of this video. The question mark is gone. Gage says, yeah, one of my favorite characters. Sorry for rambling. No problem, dude. Gage, no problem at all. That's one of the great things about this, like what I like about my channel especially, is that I'm able to read all of these things and I'm able to engage with you guys. So, man, if that's what you're passionate about, keep it coming, man, because I don't mind reading it at all. DJD Show says, hi, Brad. Hi, Brad. DDG says, okay, beer, I bet, getting the beers. Jeffrey Toon says, potato sack, Rose Tigo onesie. Oh man, if there is a Rose Tigo onesie, that is something to think about. Law says that tonight is a good night. Jeffrey Toon, Matt Damon. Warren Stamp says, sigh, work meeting, gotta go. Congratulations on 2K. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Mr. PY, yes, it is indeed a good night. Rat Boy says, I was outside with Bluetooth headphones, you dancing, do the truffle shuffle. I don't think how much that would work in this thing. That was a Wookiee truffle. That was a Wookiee shuffle for you guys. Great night, but still morning here, Mr. PY. All right, so I am actually, we are Tika, says Lost Story. All right, so I'm going to let the chat go off for a bit. So, guys, this is what I plan to do. So, because we just hit 2,000, because I was not able to prepare my chicken, what I plan on doing is for everyone in the chat, if you get a digital cookie tonight, which I think we're up to 4 now, Valkyrie, so let me know. Know that you both have one, and Lost Soldier has one, and I forgot who has the other one. But if you have a digital cookie tonight, and by the end of the stream, if you have a digital cookie, I will be doing a drawing, and whoever name gets drawn will win either a free digital film, of which I will send you as a gift, or a copy of one of the despecialized editions on Blu-ray. Now, the reason why I say either or is because if you are in the United States, if you're in the continental United States, and you do not have the despecialized edition yet, I will burn you a copy, and I will give you one. I will put it in a Blu-ray disc. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do anything with artwork yet because even I can't do that for my own versions, but you will have a fresh copy of the despecialized edition on Blu-ray, whichever one you don't have, or if you don't have any, I'll start you off with the first one, and that will be my gift to you guys for just being such an awesome chat. So that's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'm still waiting for monetization before I start to do that every stream, but since I figured this stream is special, since I just hit 2,000, and because y'all have been amazing, I want to do that for you guys, and so that's what's going to happen at the very end of the stream. I'm going to do a drawing. Don't know exactly. I'm sure I'm going to find a website that can do that for me, but it will indeed happen. So I'm very, very excited for that. But if you do not live in the United States, in the continental United States, don't worry. That's the reason why I offer the digital option, because I think at that point, all I need is a Gmail account, because I personally am a Google person, so that way I can send you a digital movie as a gift, and we can email back and forth, and we can talk about what movie to get, but that is what we're going to be doing. So thank you so much, guys, for that. Hope that that's something that that pleases you. I will definitely be getting a chicken, though, for 3,000 for sure. Let's see. Let's see. We are Tico. Brad Noel says, just put a potato sack on easy peasy. You're right. Nickel Noodle says, maybe it's just morbid curiosity, but I kind of hope Rian Johnson does get his trilogy, mostly because I don't think he knows anything about Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. And he continues on saying, so I'm pretty sure Johnson's trilogy will start a pointy-eared alien with a Vulcan grip and an extraterrestrial trying to phone home. Oh, man, that would be an amazing. I think Nickel Noodles has the other cookie, by the way. That would be an amazing... For sure. That would be so amazing. But yeah, I kind of want to see it too, only because if it happens and it fails so bad, then he's done. I mean, I already think he's done, but that would be the only thing. So maybe like the truffle shuffle. Let's see. Lost Soldier says the Wookiee shuffle was the best. Timbertune says impressive Wookiee shuttle. Thank you. Yes, Demi, thank you very much for confirming that. Brandon says that shuffle turned us into porn. Lost Soldier says I ate the other cookie who you forgot when you weren't looking. Mike Sexton says that looked like Winnie the Pooh working at Chris Chippendale's, more like a Wookiee truffle shuffle. Oh, come on, man. You're my bandmate. Come on, man. Mike Sexton says, I have 37 cookies. Not that I'm bragging. No, you don't. I have never given you a digital cookie. Hound 3000 says, going to sub. Well, thank you. Hound 3000, how have you not subbed at this point, dude? Like, come on. You could have helped us out that back there. Mr. Peabody says, I'm happy with the chat stick to the U.S. subs. No. Again, anyone that gets a digital cookie, no matter where they're from, is going to get something if they win that drawing. But those are like the splits between the two. Brad Noble says, I want digital flowers. Nope, you get nothing. You get nada. Gregory W. says, there is... Oh, in fact, you know what? Do you know what the word nada means? In all those Spanish pictures, did you ever come across that word? It means... Name that movie. Gregory W says, there is a Rostigo onesie. It's called a potato sack. Hound 3000 says, just sub. Dude, how have you just subbed? Gage says, random question. What are your opinion on Funko Pops? I have 6. Chucky, Pennywise, Lobo, Big Daddy, Bioshock, Kratos from God of War 3, and Leatherface. I don't get them personally, but I don't collect action figures or anything like that anymore either, so that's the only reason. Mr. PY says, by the way, your face is glowing. Is it literally glowing, or is it like I'm happy? Let me see. I'm just happy. I'm looking at the stream right now. So yes. I might be shiny. That might be the thing. I'm shiny. Probably because I'm sweating in this. Mike Sexton says great. D's Nut says the High Council gives me vertigo. I understand where you're coming from, man. Super says your vid today was awesome, by the way. Well, thank you, Super. I appreciate that. Humberto Cuevas says, gonna watch the High Council. I'll be back later. Sounds good, Humberto. Luster says, Chippendales, if you put a red Hawaiian shirt, you could be Chipperdales. Brandon says, Cetina gets them. What is the Matrix says, no sé lo que está diciendo. Do not know what you're saying. I think that's what you said in Spanish. ¿Por qué? Why? Also just says 3 amigos. Yes, you got it. That's why you're awesome, Lost Soldier. And Mr. PY says, you look so happy. We're all smiling with you. Well, thank you, Mr. PY. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Mike Sexton, 3 amigos. Damn right. Nada, 0, zip. It's what you're going to be when I'm through with you. You've gotten Mary Fugaman on a bad day. Let's see. What is the Matrix? Wow, muy bien. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I took like 12 years of Spanish, so I guess that might be what it come from. Let's see. 70B says, Mike Sexton has a cookie because he stayed in the chat when it was Night of the Pooh. No. So I said this to you before, Stephanie. So the way that digital cookies are working for tonight's stream, it's only people who get a cookie tonight. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to make sure whoever gets it is actually in the stream. And also, too, because that's been my plan from the very beginning. However, keep on keeping your rolls, because I think that what I'm going to do, since you are keeping track of everyone's digital cookies, I think that what I'm going to do is that when we do finally get monetized, when income finally comes in, maybe like every week I do a giveaway, like, I do a live chat giveaway. I keep that up during when that's going on, but then maybe once a month or something to that effect, I do like a massive drawing, and that's when every cookie is in play. Every person, if you have like 10 cookies, you get your name put in 10 times, and maybe I make that like something bigger. Maybe I make that like you win 3 Blu-ray. Like something like that. Like that might be what I do for that. So definitely keep track of that, but that's going to be a much bigger giveaway. But for tonight, only the people, so only 4 people so far are eligible for to win tonight. And also, thank you very much. Yes, thank you. He says, nice accent. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas? Sure, you have a plethora. Mike Sesson says, you're looking at 3 actors who don't want to make a Geronimo movie. Maybe we don't want to make a Geronimo picture. What is Matrix says, your Spanish sounds like Spanish. Really? Are you Spanish? Like, let me know, because if that's the case, that's a huge compliment. Thank you. Lost Soldier says, I have a fever. And the only cure is more cowbell. Tina says, Google Translate says it means I don't know what he is saying. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Let's see. Brad Noble says his Spanish sounds like Joyzy. Don Dribble says 3 Amigos is a parody of the Magnificent Seven. I'm sure it takes something from it for sure. Let's just see. Lost Soldier. I have a fever, says Hound 3000. Nickel Cludo says, take the Amigos clothes. Such a good one. Mr. P.I. says, we digitally pick up Odin and carry him around the block. Pokemon says, I'm listening to the High Council on my old phone while watching the Low Council on my Roku. That's awesome, dude. I don't know how you're able to keep contact or keep attention on everything, but see, Mike Sexton says, I have 87 cookies. I just called my mom, starting to posting her. The digital cookies I give away are chocolate chip. Brian Noble, my little buttercup has the sweetest smile. Somebody B says, sounds like a solid plan. Awesome. Cowbell. What is this? Maestro says, I'm a Spanish speaker. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I never thought it was that good, but thank you. Let's see. Lost Soldier says, Odin, your Spanish is good. So is your Christopher Walken. Well, thank you. Super says, maybe controversial, but your vid made me think of something. Yeah. I think if Ryan Johnson decided to write with someone, I don't think he would be half bad. You know what? I don't disagree with that because, again, I said this earlier in the chat that he's not a terrible director. I mean, Brick being a great example. Brick was a well-directed film. The 2 episodes he did of Breaking Bad were both well-directed episodes. He's just not a writer, and he even admits that. And I just think that if he would finally just really, admit that when other people point it out, and if other people would understand that he said that about himself, that we would be in a better situation. Doc City says, I talk Sith. Lost Soldier says, I speak jive. Super says, the Luke Ryan Johnson wrote had potential to be a good character on his own, but he wasn't Star Wars Luke. You're right. He was not Star Wars Luke, and I think it's a lot about the fact that he's not a good writer. Yeah, Doc City, he's terrible. I'll say, no, he is bad. He's very bad. And he admits that. He admits in an interview that he is not a good writer. So it just boggles my mind that there are people that when you say that, they just try and call you out. And it's like, no, I'm just saying what he said about himself. Like, stop trying to get on my case. Like, I'm just being honest about it. All right. Whew, man, this night's been amazing, guys. I love y'all. Let's see. Don Draper says, Blue Oyster Cult played at a local bar a few years ago, and the chick I went with said, we need more cowbell. And I said, why? She said, because I have a fever. I didn't put the two together. How did you not do that? Oh, man, that is fantastic. Lost Order says, Johnson... let's see. Johnson would need someone to tell him no and shh for Twitter. The way Dr. Evil did with Scotty Evil. Yes. Zip it. Zip. If a problem comes along, you might zip it. Whoosh. Zip it good. Yes. Greta says, was on the phone for a little bit, but congrats on 2K. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Greta. What is Matrix says, I love that line. Pardon me. I speak Chai. Gregory W says, you don't know the power of the dark side. We have cookies. Yes. Gage says 2003 subs now. Yes, we are rocking it now. Nickel Doodle says Dr. Evil would fit perfectly with the First Order. Yes, especially the First Order as it is now. Let's see. 70B is thanking Greta for being here. Yes, she is indeed an OG. She is an original member. Brad Noah says, kind of sure Ryan Johnson wrote all Limp Bizkit songs. Hey, don't you knock Limp Bizkit. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. Bring it on. Oh, hot dog. Super says, and the fact that Ryan Johnson seemingly didn't bother to have a depth creative decision with JJ is insane to me. Agreed. What is the Matrix says, congrats, sir. Well, thank you very much. Don Draper says, Blue Oyster Cult are from Long Island. I should have. As soon as Don't Fear the Reaper started, I did. Yes. Yes. I think I'm the 2003rd Gage. Well, Hound, how did it take you that long to sub, dude? Gage says, you've been in like 3 live streams, like going for like 3 hours. Like, Gage says, who would win, Darth Vader or Wolverine? Depends on which version of Darth Vader you're talking about. But because Darth Vader has the Force, I guess I would put Darth Vader. Let's see. Lost Soldier, surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Yes. Sonny B says, all father. Yes. Super says, give me stuff to break. Yes. Vader Gage says, Lost Soldier, Vader wins easily, dog. I agree. The Naked Gun movie for sure. Let's see. What is Matrix says? Airplane is so good. They don't make them like that. They don't, and I don't think they will. Hound's a late bloomer says Brad Noble. Yes, it definitely seems that way for sure. I think you're right about that. Let's see. Mr. Bivai says, I'm a fan of Norwegian's fave band is Aha. And interesting. Dog City says, do you watch old Gladiator films? What do you mean by old Gladiator? Give me some examples. DJ D Show says, so many he did. Bad week to quit if enemies says, what is the Matrix? Lost Soldier is very excited about Aha. And I'm caught up with the chat once again. Man, we are having us a good old time. Let me show my sash. That's my sash. That's a Chewy sash. Just Chewy sash right there. Lost Soldier says, now I have take me on. I've begun. Toxic says, was an airplane reference went over your head. Lost Soldier says, Odin, I must keep. Nickel Noodle says, how many different impressions can you do, Sir Odin? I don't know. I've never really kept track of it because I don't have, like, there are certain things that I don't really know. I don't know. Because I've always prided myself on being able to do impersonations. I never thought that they were any good, so I just never really kept track of them. Let's see. Must keep chat going. Well, let's see. What does the nation says? That onesie is not as bad as the name implies. Yeah, it is true, but it's very hot. Like, it's very, 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 very hot. That's what's so bad about it. Gage says, have you ever illegally downloaded anything? I don't really want to implicate myself legally, but no, I've never done that. Let's see. Mr. Barry says, yep, it's had 9 albums. Gregory W says, $1 million idea. The Last Jedi toilet paper guaranteed me to be more profitable than Solo. Yes. Brandon says, my dog just stared at my PC with hate. Well, I hate you, Brad. Super says, random question. Opinions on Kong Skull Island. My dad and I were watching it today, and I couldn't get over how bad the CGI was. So distracting. I agree. I didn't like it. I thought I was going to like it a lot more than I was going to. Brie Larson was in it. That's before all of her nonsensical comments. But I really like her as an actress, and so I was very, very excited for it. And John C. Reilly was great in it. I thought John C. Reilly was a really, welcome difference, like a little bit of a comedic relief that I really liked. But yeah, I agree. I was not a fan of it either, personally. Doxy says, flew right over it. I'm sorry. Jason Clark says, beard, pencil beard with the onesie. Yes, absolutely. Boom. We're in there. Pencil beard with the onesie. Gage says, I have an SNES emulator on my horrible tablet with 50 games that I never owned before, which by rules is illegal. That's true. Lawster says, you need an escape hatch for the onesie. I really do. Richie says, the power to destroy a franchise is significant to the power of the onesie. Yes, you were right about that. You are so right about that. Nickel Noodle says, can you do an impression of Rian Johnson on Disney is telling him his trilogy that I want to see was just canceled? What do you mean that my trilogy is canceled? I've subverted everyone's expectations. I am going to subvert your expectations too right now. That's all I got. Tina says, I didn't even know that was Brie Larson, but I confess I was busy looking at Tom Hiddleston. He was in it too. That's why I was excited for it, because I love Tom Hiddleston. Super says, Skull Island spent all their money on their cast. There were scenes in the movie that I laughed out loud. Yeah, that's all they did. It was so bad. Don River says, Brie Larson dragged down the ensemble cast in Free Fire, in my opinion. Well, I wouldn't disagree with that, but also, too, I personally was not a fan of Free Fire. Now, maybe that has to do with the cat. I don't know. It got old very quickly. And it's such a short film that's just based on that very small space. And it's literally called Free Fire because the entire movie is based on this Free Fire scenario. It lacked a lot for me. Gage says, I have not spent hundreds on SNES that might not work and thousands for the games, which I can get all of them for free. Again, I understand that. Niggle Noodle says, bravo. Well, thank you. Great impersonation. Thank you. Brad Noble says, I'll put money on Kong showing up to save in King of All the Monsters. I agree. I think that they've teased that already, so I think that very well could be a possibility in the future. Gage, ooh, question of the century, Coca-Cola or Pepsi? So I don't actually really drink soft drinks anymore, but if I had to choose today to have one or the other, it would be Coke, but the stipulation would be it would have to be Coke made with cane sugar because that is delicious. I know that I probably have a lot of Pepsi fans in here, though. Mr. P. is laughing at the Rian Johnson impersonation. Well, I'm glad that you appreciated it. What does the Matrix says? I'm very disturbed by Larson's racist comments. Me too. I am too. And again, I like her as an actress, so it really upset me too because I was not expecting that, and I was very, very sad when it happened. So, yeah. All right, I'm caught up with the chat. How's everybody doing? How many people... Answer me this. How many people are watching both the High Council and the Low Council at the same time? Let me know. I would be intrigued by that. Because, again, if you're not watching the High Council, you should be. Because they're great. Mr. P.I. says, Pepsi, I'm allergic to Coke. What are you allergic to? About, like, is that just like are you just saying that? Or are you actually allergic to something in Coke? Because I don't really know. What is the primary difference between the two? Super says Pepsi is magical. Niggle Noodle says it would subvert my expectations if episode 9 is actually good. Me too. And you know what though? I I would be happy though. Again, I want and this is the thing that I think a lot of people misunderstand. We want Star Wars to be good. We want Star Wars to be because it's the intellectual property is great. Like there's so many things that they could do with the property. They're just not doing them. And again, we want this to be good, but they're just, let's see, Brad Noble is not. Jeffrey Toon is not. Mike Sexton says, have to get back in the studio. Congrats again on the 2K subs. Well, thank you, Mike Sexton. I appreciate that. And invite me on your podcast one day, man. What is the Matrix says, Justy? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Jason Clark says, only watching you, buddy. That's great. PokeFan is doing it. Great. Again, I recommend it because it's a really, really great stuff. It's really good stuff. Super says, have you seen State of Play? Yes. Oh, man. I love State of Play. I love it. I don't know why, too. Like, I guess I just love the paper aspect to the story. I mean, Russell Crowe is very great in it. Ben Affleck's in it too. He plays a senator, and it's great. It's just, to me, it's just like riveting stuff. Like the story keeps moving. You're interested in what's going on. You want to know what's going to happen. You want to know how the story's going to end. And I think that's what any good movie, any moviegoer would ask for. And so I love State of Play. What is the Matrix says the cocaine? Nickel Noodle says, I'll watch the High Council replay tomorrow. Yeah, see, the thing is, though, sometimes they can be, I mean, I know my streams can be long, but the High Council is almost always consistently around 3 hours, 3.5 hours. So, man. Tina says, I'm doing well, thank you. I was trying to watch the High Council on my iPhone, but they're rambling so much about Rian Johnson, James Gunn, missing Cecil, and Tico, and Clone Wars, I gave up. Yeah, that's a lot. But yeah, I would miss Cecil. I miss Cecil right now. Again, Cecil is life. Cecil is Bay. The Force is Cecil. And I cannot believe that he is going to do a live stream with me. I'm going to be geeking out the whole time. Gage says, wait, if you don't drink alcohol or soft drinks, then all that's left is water. And you know who else drinks water? Nazis drank water, didn't they? You're right. You have found me out, sir. And this is what I have to say about it. Do something. Hound 3000 says, if Episode 9 is way better than The Last Jedi, it will subvert my already subverted opinion of The Last Jedi. I mean, to me, the only way they can save it is they have to retcon stuff. They have to do something. I really do think that they should play around with time travel. I know that some people don't like that, but if it means doing away with some of the worst parts of The Last Jedi, I think it's worth it. That's just my opinion on that. Let's see, Don Draper says, I don't bother with Jeff since he plagiarized Geekvolution. Please Rewind was on last week, and I dig Pat, so I had to skim through it. I didn't know that. Really? I didn't know that. I don't know what that's about. I mean, I like everybody over there. Pokemon says, which game overall is better than the original Battlefront 2 or EA Battlefront 2? Again, I'm not a gamer, so I really couldn't say, but I'm sure the chat will be able to answer that too. Let's see. Tina says, did you all see the BBC miniseries version of State of Play? I did not see that. Is it better than the movie, or is it as good? Mr. Peabody says, allergic since they changed the recipe, something to do with the sugar. Coke Zero, okay. Diet Coke, okay. Normal Coke, the glands in my neck swell, and it's hard to breathe. Ah, that sucks. See, I'm wondering, maybe if you had sugarcane Coke, maybe that would be okay, because to me, that's delicious. 70B, Cecil. Yeah, apparently someone said this is like a bad symbol. To me, that's A-okay. I don't understand what that is. Brad Noble says, Odin, that chewy skin is hard to keep your eyes off of. Seeing you like it? Thank you. Appreciate that. The DJD show says low council will defeat them by 1 minute. You think? How? How'd you do that math? What does the Matrix says? Oh no, water Nazi. Keith Howard says like coffee. Yeah, I don't drink coffee either. Let's see. Gregory W says, have you watched Cobra Kai yet? I have. Dude, man, Cobra Kai is an amazing series. And it's actually funny. Sorry, I had something on my computer. When I was originally going to see it, I was very confused because I was trying to watch YouTube Red on my YouTube TV subscription. And so when I clicked the episode, I thought I was watching the first episode. And I was like, by the end of it, I was like, this is really cool. I think it does a lot of things. I don't know where the story's going to go, but I think it's really interesting. And then I realized that I had watched the finale. And so I was like, oh, that explains a lot. That's why there's these characters that have no frame of reference. But if the fact that even when I watched the last episode thinking that it was the first one, that I still liked it, that tells you how good the show is. Like, it's that good. It's so amazing. I recommend it too. Inflamed Wood says, congrats on 2K subs. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Brad O says, time travel in Star Wars. No. If it means retconning 8, though, I think it's worth it. Because then when you watch the entire series in a row, it just, I think it works. What is the Major says, please rewind, got a nice vibe. Hound 3000 says, gotta go working time. Well, thanks, Hound 3000, for joining us as long as you did. Appreciate it. Loster says, 9 can only be saved by crapping on 8, but I can't do the time travel thing. I'd just as well have Luke back to life and call 8's ending just an artsy style ending. Yeah, I mean, I think there's several ways they can do it, but I feel like, to me, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why I feel that way. I just really think that they're not just to bring Luke back, but you could bring so many people back if you did that. And I think that I don't know. I just feel that way. I think it's just because it's so broken right now that it's one of the only ways I can see them being able to fix it. Tina says, I saw the miniseries when the movie was announced as I was a Crow fan. The miniseries just detailed things a lot more over a number of parts. Okay, interesting. Cool. Tina says, I kind of like the miniseries more because they had a say of 8 or 10 parts to detail more things. Okay. There are a lot of aspects of the movie that had to leave out due to time. Agreed. XX Ryan Hood 124XX. Hey, I'm new. What's up, Ryan? How's it going? Welcome to the chat. You are welcome here. Super says, also getting back to downloads real quick, not suggesting you do or don't any of that stuff, but can I ask, why do people download instead of stream? Sorry if that's a stupid question. It's not a stupid question. That's why I think most people stream more than download, but I think the biggest reason why is because sometimes streams don't work, sometimes internet goes out, and so if it's downloaded, then you have more options. Mr. PI says, in scuba diving, that means okay, all good. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know what the situation is. And Flame Wood says, too sweet. Whoop, whoop, too sweet. Whoop, whoop. What is Matrix says, dude, when did you start your channel and why? That's a good question. I started my channel. At this point, time's been flying by. I want to say I started it was towards the end of the school year. So it must have been in May. So May, June, July. So about 3 months now, probably going on 4. And, yeah, I mean, I started it because I had always wanted to do movie reviews. I had always wanted to talk about, because I love talking about movies. I love movies so much. And so actually the first thing I did was I started my own podcast. I was already doing a podcast with some friends talking about random topics, and I'd had like a movie topic or a movie scene essentially, or a movie sketch on the show. And so I decided to expand that into my own podcast. And so I started my own podcast. I've already uploaded one of those episodes onto the channel, and you can still find it. It's still on iTunes. It's still Odin's Movie Blog. It's on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, all those places. So if you want to check out my podcast, go right ahead. I cover a lot of different things, including I do a Star Wars episode where I rank all my Star Wars films. I'm sure you have a lot of opinions about it. But I just really wanted to get out there. And again, as I said, like, I had a lot of influence for several years with Jeremy Johns, Chris Stugman. I'd always wanted to get started, but I was always so afraid. I was always so nervous about putting my face out there, worried that I wasn't going to be any good, worried that people wouldn't like me, people wouldn't like my style, people wouldn't like my opinion. And so I was just kind of just in this place where I was just nervous because I have anxiety. And so I, didn't really want to do it. And then I started watching Jeremy's stuff, and I saw, oh wait, there's people out there that like this common sense approach to movies, to Star Wars, to all these other things. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to try it. And I did. I put my first video out, and I started just, grinding the pavement, and yeah, I mean, here I am, 2,000 subs later. Like, I want to say I'm almost at 20,000 watch. It's like insane, like, and it's just been so much fun. And then I started doing live streams maybe only about a month ago, and these have just been a blast. These have been so much fun. And yeah, I mean, now this is all, like, to me, my channel is almost different than my live streams. My live streams, we talk about so many things. It's really just this great community. We're almost like a family. And obviously my videos touch upon some of those things, but I really do think it's almost two different things. And I like that. I like that, my movies are one thing, and the commenters, everything, but then the live streams are like something entirely different. I like that a lot. It's a really great dynamic. The DJD show says end show 1 minute after they end. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Since they started later than me, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go that long. Gage says, why am I remembering that joke? Mr. PY says, slice your hand across your throat means no air. Yeah, I know. That's actually good. That's a good point. And Flamewood says, oh. Gage says, it's very dark humor, dad joke. It's messed up, but not James Gunn level at all. I will not say it unless you give me permission to do so. Again, that's up to you, man. Again, if there's cursing or anything like that, I'll probably censor it, but, that's up to you. The DJD show says, I believe you started prior to them tonight. Yes, I did. Super says, 4chan changed the OK sign to represent white power to troll the MSM. They actually bought it. 4chan made a flag and everything. It was so funny. Oh, man. Wow. That's, these people are so stupid. Lethal Lightning says, congratulations on 2K. Well, thank you very much, Lethal Lightning. I appreciate that. And I shouted you out earlier. Again, that's Lethal Lightning, guys. I'm doing a stream with him on Friday. Go check out his channel. He's awesome. And Flamewood says, who's this Brad character? He's our pet troll, and he's amazing. Loster says, Odin, you don't drink coffee? What do you have against freedom? Why do you hate puppies? Why would moonwalk on the Constitution? Nazi and communists don't drink coffee. Yes, and Nazis drink water. As we've established already. That's awesome. I don't like the taste. It's just never been my thing. I do like blended coffees, but it's mostly because I like the sugar. I like the caramel in it, and so that's why it's like I'm not a coffee drinker, but I do like the sugary stuff. Loster says, I have an unhealthy love for coffee. Yes, we did it. You're absolutely right, Steph. Thank you. Gregory W says, if not time travel, then just make episode 8 a forced nightmare by Luke, who wakes up at the beginning of episode 9. That could be interesting. It'd be very interesting if maybe like it opens up to you see the end of it, and all of a sudden screen goes black. You hear like whispers. You hear, you know, like things you're trying to make them out, and then all of a sudden someone opens their eyes, and Snoke is standing there, and then all of a sudden it pans onto Luke. And then you realize that Snoke was making him have a Force stream the entire time to try and get some information out of him. Like maybe they could turn the story into that he's trying to get information. That's one of the ways that he was able to do that. That could be interesting. That might be a way to do it. Because then if you make all of 8 a Force stream, that fixes so many problems. No hyperspace RAM for one. Lethal Lightning says, there is a certain country south of the planet where they don't get shows with the rest of the world, and DVDs take ages to get here, and they tend to download very often. Yeah, I mean, I think that's, yeah, good point. Richard says, the trilogy is in the toilet. There is no saving it. The best they can do is overload 9 with fan service. I'm saving all my hope in Benioff and Wentz. Yeah, I mean, I think that the B&W show could be very good, but I do have hope. Again, I will always hold out hope. As long as Star Wars is Star Wars, as long as the intellectual property of Star Wars exists, I will always hold out hope. Especially now that they seem to be going in a better direction. Again, they just brought back Clone Wars, so hopefully that means that they're starting to try and reach out to the fans. And Flame says, Odin, where did you get that suit? It was a gift. It was a Christmas gift from my brother-in-law, because my family, before I did the streams, before anything else, they had this perception of me that I was a huge Star Wars fan, which I am, but they thought I was like a fanatic where I had like all of the toys and everything, and so they've gotten me socks, they've gotten me underwear, they've gotten me like so many things. So that's the reason why I have it. The DJD show says, yep, Night Owl movie watcher here. Saturday Kung Fu films in the day. Good times. Nice. Lazar says, I have grabbed instant coffee and turned it into my lip-like dip without the field in my army units. Wow, okay. Wow. Gage says, nice 2004 subs. Yes, absolutely. So great. Super says, oh, not really a movie question, but relating to your channel blogging stuff, do you have any advice for sharing and gaining views? Thank you. Tweet it out, try and tag people in it, especially people that you think, people that you like. I know that one of the ways that I was able to get some, recognition, my name out there, was I tweeted to Jeremy a lot. I asked him for advice. One of the first things I did was ask Jeremy, hey, I'm trying to get on YouTube. Can you please give me some advice? So I sent him a video. He watched. He said, this is some pretty good content, but here's some things you can work on. Started to work on those things. I, started to keep sharing things out on Twitter. Yeah, and basically just you have to grind away. I mean, there's obviously the chance that you make a video that goes viral, but that's not always going to be the case. I mean, I haven't even made a video that, I guess like, I think the highest video that I had got up to like, I think 40,000 views or something. So I guess that you could say that got viral to a point, but really all you can do is just try and reach out to people. I mean, I know that I offer this every time. If anyone ever needs help, if anyone ever needs advice, again, contact me, email me, message me on Twitter. If you want me to watch a video, I'll do that. I'll try and give you as much advice as I can with what little I know. And if you tweet me out on Twitter, I will retweet you most likely. I will try and get, I'm not a huge channel. I'm not a huge person on Twitter, but I will try and do the best that I can to try and help you out. So that's pretty much pretty much the only advice I can give you is keep on grinding, try and get some help, try and reach out to people. Lila says, yeah, Odin, you're absolutely killing it on one of the fastest growing channels I've seen on YouTube. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Breno says, grew up on Godzilla and comic books. Nice. Gage says, why do pedophiles never win a race? They like to come in a little behind. Yeah, that's a pretty bad joke. I'm sorry, I really am. I'm glad that you apologize. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Let's see. Brad Noel says, back off, Jerry. Do you mean Jeremy? Nah, I'm never going to get close to that level, for sure. Leela says, I've put a bit over an hour in the new Thrawn novel. I'm liking it so far. Okay, awesome. Yeah, let me know if the new one's good, because I heard a lot of people say that it wasn't. And I am now into chapter 14 of Thrawn, so I am slowly chipping away. I'm more than halfway, I think, at this point through the novel, and again, loving it so far. Inflame said, I'm planning on Halloween to be Luke Skywalker. I've got a bunch of cheap lightsabers. I'm going to walk around throwing away lightsabers, yelling, go away. Yes. Yes. So you're going to be the Rian Johnson version, I see. So I do actually have 2 lightsabers. I don't know where my other one went, but it is a Jedi one. But I also have this. I like this one, though. It makes sounds. I got that one for free, actually. What is the Matrix says? Happy for you. I enjoy your daily videos. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Pokefan says, if they want to really turn the corner on the Star Wars, Bob Iger will fire Kathleen Kennedy, then come out with Dave Filoni and Ewan McGregor and announce the Obi-Wan trilogy. That could be good. That could be awesome. Mex, dude, we've missed you, man. Mex, what's going on? What's up, Mex? Welcome back to the chat. Gregor says, you're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you. Oh, what's that from? That sounds so familiar. What is Major says? Tico goes dark side and kills all the porgs for me. Dude, if Tico shows force sensitivity and goes dark side, that'd be phenomenal. Rishi Rich says, yes, JJ should be Bob Newhart this whole trilogy. It's genius. It really is. It really is. Super says, and the first they called out for using the sign were Trump supporters. One was Cernovich, a man is an intellectual marriage, and a woman interracial marriage, sorry, and a woman from Puerto Rico. Brilliant. Wow, dude, that's insane. Lethal says, if episode 8 just retcon, then it's a waste of a chapter in trilogy. Agreed, but then again, do you want to keep that chapter, Lethal? Like, do you think that chapter is worth keeping, or is it worth getting rid of that chapter to fix everything? Super says, turns out journalists can't even do a quick Google search. Okay, I'm done. I know, right? Like, a quick Google search tells you all that you need to know. Keith Howard says, like you better than Midnight Edge and Mundane Matt. No swearing, a clean stream. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Again, I try to keep it as clean as I can. I don't curse. Again, the worst things I say are ass. But again, it's in the Bible, so I don't feel as bad about saying it. But yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. What does Major says? Odin, what are your thoughts, POV on fan-cotting episode 9? I support anyone that wants to do that. I personally will not be paying to see it. I'm going to do exactly what I did for Solo, where I'm going to buy a ticket to another film and then go and see that film instead. Because I do want to review it, I do want to talk about it, I do want to have like a frame of reference when I make my thoughts out there. But I support anyone that wants to boycott it. I support anyone that wants to save their money. But again, there are other ways of seeing it without financially supporting it. Again, you can financially support another film and still go see it. So that's my opinion on that. But I fully support anyone that wants to boycott it because I understand. And let's just hope they're able to get their act together so that way there doesn't have to be a boycott. But at this point, I don't see any other way. Let's see. Mike Stanmore, welcome back. Mike Stanmore says, you look like the last Wookiee mate. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Leela says, last Christmas, my aunt bought me Star Wars underwear and a Vader bed sheets. Nice. Wait, what does Matrix says? Make really good stuff and they will come. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Dog C says, nothing happens in episode 8. The bad guys chase the good guys in space, and in the end, they're still chasing them in space. Yeah, again. And what do we have to look forward to? What do we have to look forward to? What is there that's going to be paid off in episode 9? Nothing. There's nothing to look forward to. Jake M. Fire. What is up? Mex says, have you seen the trailer for Alita Battle Angel? Not the new one. The original one I did not like. I don't like her eyes. I don't think it works. It just, again, CGI. I'm a huge CGI person. I don't think the CGI for Alita looks very good because of that. And I don't think they've changed the eyes, so my opinion probably won't change. Brandon says, a corner baby is never in the corner. What does Major says? What are the blue wrenches? TNSF. They are my mods. They are my Valkyrie, as I like to call them, and they are amazing. 70, yes, thank you so much for promoting. So that's my Gmail, and that is my Twitter. So if you want to reach out to me at any point, please do that. Jeffrey Toon, welcome back, Jeffrey Toon. V-Wing, what is up, Jeffrey Toon? Tina says, yes, you are the Valkyries for sure. Beck says, speaking of EU books, I originally had a library of 30+ EU novels, comics, and essential guides, but I gave them to a dear friend who wanted to know more about Star Wars. That's awesome, man. That's really nice of you. And again, I think that's a good choice, especially if they're anything like Thrawn, then I agree. Somebody says, Brad said, back off, Jerry. He was speaking to me. Oh, Newman. I get you. Jack Candy says, what is the Matrix? WB says, Stuart Smiley. Mike Stanmore says, if you like Timothy Zahn, Star Wars, have a look at the Black Collar, not Star Wars. Pretty good. Interesting. Doxia says, Stuart Smalley, daily affirmations. Doxia says, how about a 2 or 3 man low council with the other YouTubers once a week? That could be, I would be down for that too. I would be down for that for sure. Again, I think Lethal would be on board for that. Maybe we can get John Talk Star Wars in that for sure. That could be interesting. That could be fun. Mex says, but life came at him fast, marriage and 3 kids, and so he gave them away. Today I was rummaging through my closet and discovered that I still have my non-Legends copy of Star Wars Outbound Flight and the Thrawn trilogy. Now I'm much happier. Dude, that is awesome. And I hope that you like started to pick it up and start to reread it because it's so good. Lost Order says, odd doggone it, people like you. Yes, SNL classic. With the sweater vest. Yeah, I don't remember that one. Lost Order movie hop. Yes, absolutely. Brad Noble says, love to see Dark Empire as canon. Lee Line says, yep, give me Darth Tico. She will rebuild the Sith Order and conquer the galaxy under the rule of Tico. Yes. Dog Cia says, I'll pirate it like a real Han Solo, then rip it to shreds. Nickel Noodle says, the Sandman has come. Has me now. Good night, all, and many congrats again, Odin and the Valkyries on 2,000 subs. Nickel Noodles, I'm sorry that you're leaving, man. If I don't... Because you're one of the guys with Digital Cookies tonight, so I don't know what to do if we draw your name. Actually, you know what, Nickel, are you still around? I know it was 2 minutes ago. If you're still around, hold on. Let me. I'm gonna pull up another chat. Let me know if you're still around. Just say I'm still here. So Noodles, are you still here? Please let me know. Just put yes, and if I see yes, then I will do the. I'll just do the drawing now before you go to bed. I think that's the only fair thing to do. Let me know. I think he might be gone, guys. Noodles? Noodles! Noodles! Are you still here? Papa, can you hear me? I don't think he's here. All right, so Jake M says, do you like Legends or canon better in Star Wars? Personally, I don't know enough. I don't know enough about... All right, I think Noodles is gone, unfortunately. Noodles! Sorry, I'm watching a live stream, but then I'm also reading the comments that have already come, and everyone's going, Noodles, no! Now I want ramen noodles. 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 The bad man. The bad man, he took Noodles. The sad man, he took Noodles. All right, so I think Noodles is gone. So I guess we'll hold off the drawing then until the very end. Let's see. As far as Legends or canon better, so personally, based on everything that I have now, based on everything that I've read now, I'm personally liking the Thrawn trilogy very much. However, the original trilogy is still great. So I would probably say at this point, sorry, I'm now reading the live stream. It's so fun. I would probably say that. I'd probably say that I like the canon. For the most part, but I'm just starting to dive into the extended universe, and I'm loving it so much. Let's see. Lee Line says, is there even a Star Wars trading card game at the moment? I mean, people would collect merchandise, would keep getting cards, characters. I agree. I think that'd be awesome. Lethal is up for a low council. Awesome. Wiz Major says, I curse when I lose my temper, but sincerely appreciate you keeping the stream clean. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I do too. Again, don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect. I definitely fall. I definitely fail, but I try as long as I'm doing the live streams, I try and keep it clean. All right, I just got to Noodles. Lee Lion says, Outbound Flight is incredible, even though the concept isn't good and the book is dank. The book is dank. Unflamed Thrawn Trilogy is so good. So is Jedi Academy Trilogy. Dude, Thrawn Trilogy has been so great so far. Do the noodle dance. No. Pokefan says. Dr. Zia says, do the noodle dance. What is Major says, those were some delicious noodles. Little lighting noodles. Brad Noble says, I want ramen. What is the Matrix noodles? Lost Soldier says, I ate noodles cookies and replaced him with one coated sleeping powder. Damn you. DJG says, noodled. Jeffrey Toon says, I believe that models are the way to go when doing space special effects. It gives them a solid appearance. Ray Harris-Hassan, stop motion was right. Skeletons, Jason Argonauts. Yeah, I would agree. I like space models too. Wilson says, Dark Sidious. Mitch P.I. says, noodles, do you want to build a snowman? It doesn't have to be a snowman. Okay, bye. Now I want to sing that song. What does Matrix says? Noodles for all. Lethal says, I think Odin is very intrigued by Legends and wants to know more. So I think in time he will join our... absolutely. Lethal, you just hit the nail on the head. I am so into it right now, and I think you're right. I really do think it's going to convert me. Let's see. Lethal says, don't get me wrong, there are some good things in New Canon I really like. Yeah, I mean, I like the original trilogy, personally. Stephanie B says, make it rain with noodles. Yes. Pokefan says, unfortunately, Disney's probably going to ruin a lot of the characters from the EU because they can just cherry pick whatever they want. You're right. Mex says, if you don't love at least the Star Wars original trilogy more than anything else Star Wars, then there's something wrong with you. Yeah, I agree. Again, because also a lot of the EU depends on the original trilogy. So, yeah, I think that's a really good point. Randall says, oh no. Levi says, Legends Thrawn is way above canon Thrawn. Based on what I've seen so far, I agree. Jedi Starship says, Wookiee, I see a Wookiee. What is up, Jedi Starship? Yes, because we have hit 2,000. And Flames Wood says, I feel Disney only removed EU from canon to push SJW fandom further content. I think that's true. I think that you have a point. Pokefan says, did George Lucas sell Lucasfilm to make his prequel trilogy look better in comparison to everything that Star Wars is doing after that? I think that had he known that was going to happen, I think that he would not have sold it, because I think that he would have rather had made good films that the fans liked. But also, that is a good point. Brando says, would like to heat some ramen? Go ahead and heat some ramen for yourself. What does Matrix says? What time is it? For right now, it is 10 p.m. my time. 10 p.m. my time. Mr. Bai says, Odin, do you have a nice, you do have a nice singing voice? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Lawster says, hello, Noodles. It reminds me of Needles, actually. Do you remember Needles? Name the movie that Needles is from, and you get a digital cookie. Jeffrey Toon says, gotta sleep now. Great stream. Well, thank you, Jeffrey Toon, for joining us. Have a good night. Let's see, Jedi Starship. Hello. All right, now I'm actually caught up with the stream. Hello. So let me see if I can read the live thing. Levi says, okay, episode 9, Yuuzhan Vong invade the galaxy and kill everyone. The end. Dun, 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 dun. All right, I'm up to live stream now, guys. Inflamed Wood, Back to the Future 2. You are indeed correct. Inflamed Wood, you get a digital cookie. Congratulations. Alexander the Torture, I want a Wookiee skin coat dyed. It would really improve my street cred on the lower wards of Coruscant. Yes. Yes, Alexander. And I want to watch your stuff. It takes me a long time. So 7B says, caught us. Yes, I have. Lost Soldier Needles. Oh, good one. Can't remember. Yeah, Inflamed Wood got it. And he is excited for that digital cookie. Yes, Needles, Back to the Future 2. Back to the Future, probably one of my all-time favorite trilogies. Brad Noble says, keep the Vong out of this mess. Please. Please do that. Inflamed Wood got his cookie. Mech says, Needles, Back to the Future. Yes, that is correct. Mr. PY says, Needle, damn, I knew that. Alexander DeTorter says, my new Clone Wars tribute is better, I think. Yeah, I know. I've seen that a lot. I still need to watch it all. I didn't realize it was going to be as long, so I need to dedicate more time to it. What Matrix says, Wookiee skin coat, you would be legend. Yes, absolutely. That is true. If you can take down a Wookiee and wear its skin, especially like this, when it's so hot. It's so hot. It's so hot, guys. Kigo Rogers just left the High Council. What's up? What is up, Kigo Rogers? Welcome to the chat. As you can see, I've got the onesie on, so we have hit 2K. And also, we're doing a giveaway. Whoever gets a digital cookie at the very end of the stream, I'm going to do a drawing, and the winner will either get, if you're in the continental United States, you will get a copy, if you don't have one already, a copy of Star Wars New Hope, Despecialized Edition, or the chance to get a digital copy of a film. So, and that also goes for anyone that's out of the country. Digital copy of the film will be the only thing, because I cannot afford to send anything overseas at this point. Lost Soldier says, Wookiee skins are tight. This one's actually pretty loose. Leo says, May the 4th, my May the 4th tribute is the best one on YouTube. No shame. Nice. I did a May the 4th podcast episode. 600-pound Twinkie. What's up, everyone? It's Chewy. Thumbs high. Inflamed Wood. Lost Soldier says, taking one down would be super easy, barely an inconvenience. Really, Lost Soldier? I think that'd be pretty hard. I think that'd be pretty hard. Let's see, Jedi Starship says, Alexander wants a Wookiee skin coat. I can just hear the Goodbye Horses song playing in the background. Let's see, Mr. Peabody says, it's okay, I don't think anyone would mind if you dropped the hood. Hey, you know what, though? No. I dedicate this to you. I suffer through this for you, and so the hood is going to stay up. The hood is staying up, everybody. Oh. Let's see. Lethal says, what's your favorite trailer from the San Diego Comic-Con? Mine is Young Justice Season 3. My favorite was going to be Glass, because Glass's trailer was really good. But then that Godzilla trailer came out and just stole the show. So Godzilla, King of the Monsters, is absolutely my favorite trailer. It has me so hyped. I did not think I would ever be that hyped for that ever again, and I'm so hyped for it now. Dog Cedius says Glass. Jeff Cotto says good night, Jeff Cotto. Losser says the hood is great. Thank you, Odin. Yeah, I'm going to keep the hood up. Let's see. Tina says at the moment 10:03. We have 32 watching, 55 likes, and where the heck did those 2 downvotes come from? What? 2 downvotes? What's going on? Kiko Rogers says we need a shot of a dog humping your leg. No. Jedi Starship says part Jawa, part Wookiee. Jawookie. Yes. Miss PY says at least turn on the fan. I might turn on the fan, but I don't want it to mess up the sound. And Flamewood says, I'm such a noob. I don't know how to reply to people in the chat so quickly. I think you just have to put the @ symbol, and then it should, if you're on a PC, it should automatically pop up. So it should be a lot faster for you. Let's see. Swan Master Flex says, just got here. What are we hyped for? 2,000 subs. Just hit 2,000 subs. Welcome, Swan Master Flex. What does Major says? I get those screen rat phrases. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Tight. What? 56 likes. Yes, indeed. Lethal Line says, yeah, that Godzilla trailer was good, but I didn't like the last film and didn't bother with new King Kong. Yeah, I agree. Again, I was not high on that either, but the trailer looks so good, and all of the monsters are there. Oh, it just looks so good. Mr. P.I. says, and where are the puppy Ewoks? I did not know it was going to happen tonight, and we've never really decided exactly on what was going to happen at 2,000, so we can definitely plan some more things for 3,000 in advance, but, yeah. Don't worry, I'm doing a giveaway. So, also just says, oh my god, the Godzilla trailer was so good. It was so good. It was so good. Let's see. What does the match says? Hulk, smash the like button. Damn right, please do. Let's see. Dog City says, the last Godzilla trailer was the best I'd ever seen. Then the movie sucked, so I'm not as pumped about part 2. Yeah, I would agree with you, but the trailer is so good. Lost Soldier says, I need to go get Godzilla onesie. Yes. Be Please says, do you think the new Predator movie will turn out to be good? I really do, because I think that it's going to go in a new direction. It's going to further the storyline by having evolved predators. I think that's going to be very interesting. And also, too, I really do like Shane Black. I think Shane Black's great. And I think if I go into it, if anyone goes into it knowing it's a Shane Black film, I think that they will overall be very surprised with it. And Flamewood says, thank you so much. Jedi Starship says, nope, I do. Favorite TV show growing up as a kid, 600-pound Twinkie. Thank you for that question. Ooh, that's a tough one because there's so many different genres. Like there's animated shows, there's live action shows. There's so many things. So I would probably say that, when I was a kid, when I was young, and they packed me off to school. If you can name that song, I will give you 10 digital cookies. When I was young, and they packed me off to school, and they taught me how not to play the game. Name the band, actually, and I'll give you 10 digital cookies. And also, my UK people, this might help you out. And Flamewood says, thank you so much. So, favorite TV show? Man, I loved Animaniacs a lot when I was growing up. Salute Your Shorts. Hey Dude. All that, the original cast of all that. I don't know. I couldn't narrow it down. I really could not narrow it down. I could not narrow it down. Let's see. Kiko Rogers says the Shazam trailer was pleasant surprise after months of bashing the costume. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a lot. I think that they're playing. I hope they don't play too much with the Big vibe because I just felt like I was watching a rehash of Big the entire time. So I kind of hope they don't play with that too much. But I did like it a lot. Hound 3000, I'm back. Wow, this live stream is still on and Odin is still a Chewy. Well, welcome back, Hound 3000. Let's see. Lee Line says 3K. You got to eat a roast chicken while wearing that. Hey, I think that's definitely going to be a part of it at this point because everyone wants to see it. Jason Clark says, okay, good night, off to bed. Odin, great onesie, congrats again on 2,000 subs. Well, thank you, Jason Clark. Always great to have you here, man, so thank you so much for being with us. The DJD show says Glass, Godzilla second. Huge Godzilla fan, but it's close. Yeah, again, Glass was really, really good. JGM says, as far as the EU goes, is there still Legends and canon, or is it just the books? I think there is a difference between the two. Jedi Starship says the Predator trailer looks like trash. I liked it. I'm hyped. I'm excited for it. Super says, I just noticed you had dislikes too. Who dare dislike And Odin Stream, congrats on that guy. Congrats on being that guy, guys. Yep, yeah, you're that guy. You dislike the stream. You went out of your way to dislike someone's live stream. It's like, who does that? Who does that? What does Matrix says? Odin, who's your favorite YouTuber besides you? I am definitely not my favorite YouTuber. That's a great question. Again, there's so many different categories of people. Obviously, I love Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. I probably watch the most content I watch these days is probably from Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers. I also like Jeremy Johns, Chris Stuckman, the Flick Pick, John Flickinger. He doesn't make a lot of content, but I always watch it when I can because he's really funny. He's a bodybuilder, so he's like jacked, but he's a big nerd. I love it. And I watch some Looper stuff too. They do some very good videos. I also like Wrestle Talk News and Ollie Davis and I'm blanking on the name. But they're great too. So yeah, I have a lot of different people again for different content. Dulcie says Harry Potter and the Beast looks all right. I'm not hyped for it. I'm not hyped for Fantastic Beasts. I'm not. I didn't. The first one was okay, and with the second trailer, I'm okay. 600-pound Twiggy says, whoever downvoted this has no soul, for I have taken it. Lost Soldier says, I like all the Predator movies as bad as they are. Them and Fast. I like every Fast and Furious film up until 6. 6 was the last one for me. 7 was not good. 7 was garbage. Again, with the tribute at the end, even with that, I did not like it. I thought it was way too silly. And it wasn't fun. Like, it was silly, but it wasn't fun. And same with 8. I did not like 8 either. So for me, I actually have the tire set. So it's actually the entire collection 1 through 6 in a tire. It's really cool. And so yeah, I like 1 through 6. Brandon says telling you Glass is gonna be bad. Again, history right now at this point does not say that because Shyamalan has made 2 solid films in a row. So I really do think he's turned the corner. And when you have those characters back on the screen, I think it's going to be lightning in a bottle. I think it's going to be great. Dog City says, the logical song. Flamewood says, haha. Pokefan says, on the High Council, somebody found a deleted tweet of James Gunn saying that The Last Jedi was better than The Empire Strikes Back. I think I remember him saying that. Yeah, that is stupid. Blue Herring says, Supertramp, different lyrics? No. DJG says, no, I will not name the band. Okay. And Flamewood says, you guys are awesome. You're awesome. You're awesome. Wesmake says, Porgs. Nope. When I was young. Flamewood says, Godzilla trailer looks fantastic. I agree. Kugo Roger says, watch The Fall Guy at least once. Marathon. The Fall Guy. Is that a show? Super says, was thinking about it the other day, and I'm worried about one thing with the new Godzilla, the problems of having too many characters or creatures, leaving them underdeveloped. I agree. However, the creatures look, if they already look good in the trailer, that's already a sign of it being good in the future. So that's why I'm personally still excited for it nonetheless. Let's see. Lost Soldier says, Odin, that is old school. I had to Google that song, so I don't count, but good one. Well, thank you. Yeah, so thank you for being honest. Yeah, please don't Google things, guys. Again, we do it on the honesty. We do it on the trust system here. Never try, if I ever ask a question that's worth something, please do not Google it. Don't cheat. It takes away the fun of it. But thank you, Lost Soldier. I agree. I mean, I love that band so much. Super says, other than that, Godzilla looks great. I think it's good. I really do. Alexander says, Detonator says, that's dedicated hating. 600-pound Twinkie says, do you follow UFC MMA at all? I do not. I do not. I watch, basically, the only UFC that I've checked up on recently was the last CM Punk fight because I'm a huge wrestling fan and CM Punk used to be a part of the WWE. So that's the last time I did that. Let's see. Tina says barbecue, then maybe that'd be fun. Let's see. Luster says the Fast and Furious films are all terrible, but they're my guilty pleasure. I agree. That's why I love through 1 through 6 because they're good bad films. Kiko Rogers says the success of Glass depends on the pacing. M. Night has a tendency to get sidetracked. I agree. I definitely think that's a good point. Super says, do you like watching video essays and character analysis stuff? Sometimes. I know that Chris Stuckman does that. He does Analyze This, essentially, where he breaks down an entire movie, and it's helped me get through a lot of movies, especially ones that are very confusing, very dense. So sometimes. It really depends on if I'm interested in the movie or the concept, then I will probably like it. Shamanahan says Brad Noble. Jedi Starship says, Predator looks like it has the same formula as all the others. We have the Army Rangers, Arnold's paramilitary team, check. We got the Predator, check. We got a Super Predator, oh my. Oh my. Swan Masterflex says, I have a solid boycott of M. Night Shyamalan Boy after the Avatar Last Airbender. Okay, I understand that. It was definitely bad. It was awful. It was garbage. It was so bad. Though I will say this, one positive thing I can say about that movie is actually I like the effects. For the time, I actually like the effects. But you're right. It was bad. So I understand that. But he's done some good stuff recently. And Flamewood says, definitely have been enjoying World Class BSers. Jeff has been doing good morning pop culture. Yeah, that's been awesome. Like, he's been doing these early live streams, and unfortunately I have work, so I can't join in on them. But yeah, that's really awesome. Lost Soldier says Glass looks great, but that is just me, and that is just the preview for now. Agreed. There's still so much more. Jedi Starship says, you got the touch, you got the power. DJG says, yes, he said The Last Jedi was better. Tweet saved. Damn, dude. Dog City says, loved Unbreakable, hated Split. I loved Split. I thought Split was great. I was so surprised by it. I did not think I would like it, but it mostly is because James McAvoy is fantastic. He's a guy that deserves an Oscar. I'm sorry, but he deserved to be nominated for the role that he played because it was amazing. He did like 20 different characters, 20 different personalities all in one person. It was just amazing. B Please says, which movie is the biggest fail, The Last Jedi or Dragon Ball Evolution? I'm sorry, but Dragon Ball Evolution is by far the bigger fail because Dragon Ball Evolution was supposed to be the start of live-action films for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and it was so bad that it just got... Like, again, Last Jedi, was it bad? Absolutely. It was garbage, but the series can still continue. Like, they can recover from it. Dragon Ball, I don't think it can recover at this point. Let's see. Super says, oh, speaking of all this stuff, just remembered yesterday I read Cameron is coming back to write Terminator 6. If it's true, thoughts? I've heard about that. They also have Linda Hamilton coming back. So if he's writing it and if Linda Hamilton is back, I will go see it. And I think it could be good because I think that's one of the main things that the show has been missing, that the movies have been missing, is that that sense of originality, that sense of a good story. And I really do think that if that's the case, then I will definitely be watching 6. Mex says, considering Gunn's past Twitter history and associations, if he supports Ruin Johnson, does that make him a pedophile by association? A lot of people have been saying those things, and I just don't like that. Even I won't call James Gunn that because no actual physical evidence has come out. Now, do I think he should be investigated? Probably. I mean, I think there's enough there to warrant looking into. But as far as calling people names at that point and accusing them of doing worse things when there isn't actual physical evidence, that is where I'm not at that point yet, so I would not say that. ER is hilarious, says, what is Mix? Let's see. DJG Show says, I will not name the band was a joke. Okay, got you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Kigo Roger says, is The Fall Guy a show, TV show that cuts deep? Buddy, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry. Again, I'm not perfect. I've not seen everything. Jedi Starship says, I don't know about you guys, but I would love to see a 3D live action version of Transformers movie. No, not at all. Totally disagree with you there. I really hope that you're being sarcastic. B Please says, hi, hello. DJG Show says, I use dry wit a bunch. Okay, cool. Blue Herring says, and the last Force Bender and the Rogue One. Keith Howard says, I like the 80s music. What is Matrix says, yes, Mary Sue. Brad Noble says, now I have to watch Prime kick Devastator's ass. All right, 600-pound Twinkie says, I think one of the most disappointing things about The Last Jedi, besides the story and the pacing of the characters, is that there are no cool aliens. That's also very true. And 600-pound Twinkie, I hope that you watched the video I did earlier today and that you checked out the article attached to that video, because there's a guy that just destroys The Last Jedi from a narrative perspective, from a philosophical perspective, and it's really, really good. But I agree, there's also no cool aliens. That's also true. What does Matrix says, just listen to that part today. Brad Noble says, Split was good. I agree. Darth Sidious says that James McAvoy was great and everything else was awful. I liked it. I liked it personally. Brad Noble says, I give Shamalama Ding Dong no quarter. Yeah, DJ D Show confirms Linda is indeed in it. Yes, absolutely. 70B says pork roast. That could be good. Hound says, let's eat them at Odin's Asgard. Man, I wish I could host that. Mex says, DB Evolution completely ignored its source material. Last Jedi simply violated corrupted. Exactly. So Mex hits it on the head. Again, it completely ignored the source material. It was not Dragon Ball Z. You know, Last Jedi just violated and corrupted what it was. Agree with you there, man. Brando says an actual prime fighting Devastator scene would be awesome. In Disguise, meep meep, cough cough. What is up, In Disguise? Welcome back. 600 pound Twinkie says, did you hear about Ryan Johnson's deleting 20,000 tweets? I saw a video about it on John Talk Star Wars. Yes, he did, and that's the reason why there's some questions about, is he just trying to clean up his Twitter? And also, a lot of people in Hollywood have been deleting like mass tweets, and so a lot of people are thinking that they're just trying to delete it all to save face, and I don't know. I honestly do not know at this point. Kiko Rogers says, I want a Terminator movie with Linda Hamilton and her twin sister to show a fractured timeline. That could be good. That could be really cool. I think that's also, talking about ways to save a franchise, that might be the only way to save Terminator at this point. Max says, fair enough about Gunn, although I don't think a history established by 20,000 tweet posts should be ignored either. Neither do I, which is why I think there should be an investigation. That's why I'm totally on board with that. Loster says, no more Transformers, but I admit the Bumblebee movie looks okay. I agree. And that's why I think that now that he no longer has control of Transformers, that it could be good. Maybe. Mr. Peabody says, since the dice have been removed from the Falcon, Episode 9 will have Porgs as a keychain, probably to sell more merchandise. That's for sure. Because they're all about the merchandising. Merchandising. Jedi Starter says, can anyone explain why resistance bombers with military shields easily get owned by TIE fighters, but a YT-1300F Millennium Falcon, a damn freighter, can take multiple hits without major damage? That's a good point. Lost Soldier says, there are no cool people in The Last Jedi to match the lack of aliens. Agreed. You have to make up somewhere. Super says, oh, Odin, another super random question because my brain is all over the place. Opinions on the movie American Hustle. I hated it. I hated American Hustle, and I was liking everything that he was doing up to that point, and now every movie that he's made since then has not been nearly as good as Silver Linings Playbook, which I loved, and he did another one too. He did 2 in a row that were both really good. But yeah, American Hustle was boring. It was so boring. I watched it twice because I saw it once when it was late. I fell asleep. I watched it again. I was like, nope, this is as boring as I remember it, and I was very sad by that. DJD Show says, yep, 600. I broke the story to John Talk Star Wars that morning. Nice. Inflamed Wood says, porg kebabs with pineapple. Let's see. Brad Noble says, M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong is due for a crap movie. That is true. That is true. You are right about that. Let's see. Distorter says, did you know Botham spies assassinated Luke in The Last Jedi? Really? So maybe he says, no Alien and no Lando tonight. I know, it's so sad. Wismaker says, conspiracy question on Star Wars. Do you think that Ryan intended the divisive outcome as he said generally years earlier? I think that that's just the way he makes movies. I think that has been his, as you said, his philosophy from the very beginning is that he wants to make movies that half of people hate and half of people like. He's done that with other material before, so I think that that's what he tried to do here, and I think it was a stupid move. That's why I actually blame Kathleen Kennedy more for allowing the film to go forward, because I think that if she saw what he was making and said, or saw his script and said, no, this is not good for the direction that we're going, this makes no sense, and then put the writing in charge, or put someone in charge of the writing, someone else in charge of the writing, and Ryan Johnson just directed it, I don't think it would have been as giant of a mess. I really don't. Let's see. Super says, get why people think Glass will suck, but at the same time, seeing Shyamalan's return to basics with Split gives me hope. I agree. I have that same hope. Tutor says, you think he just disappeared because he got all tuckered out? I don't. I really don't. And that's why I think they're going to play with that in the future. Jedi Searcher says, a flamingo in Bothan Spies. Mech says, basically everyone in Hollywood is proactively trying to cover their collective posteriors. Yes, you are right about that. That's why if there's any good thing to come from this, it is that. Deshora says, doesn't work that way. You know what does? A Bothan incinerator. Flamewood says, dice thing is so dumb. I agree. Spent way too much time on the damn dice. Dog says, Spaceballs, the flamethrower. Spaceballs, the lunchbox. Deshora says, it makes his whoosh sound like an ocean breeze, and you're just gone. Deshora says, gone, snapped like Thanos. What is Matrix says, one other random, where did the name come from? Odin, I mean, not origin, but how you got it and why. Well, I guess origin and that kind of comes to it. So basically, when I was in high school, I was someone who I still to this day love cold weather, but when I was in high school, I never wore any jackets or sweatshirts. Even when it was like 30 degrees outside, I still just had my regular clothes on, and I loved it, and I could just chill and talk and just no problems. Even when my friends were all bundled up because they were freezing cold, because obviously it's Southern Louisiana and we're not used to that kind of cold weather, but I loved it still. And so one of my friends just noticed it and just said, you know, dude, you're like a freaking Norse god or something. You're like freaking Odin, man. And he just called me Odin for the rest of the time. And so the name stuck. I liked it a lot. And so that is where the nickname came from. So it's been my nickname since high school, at least with a particular group of friends. So, but thank you. That's a good question. Kiko Rogers says, favorite Transformers character, Optimus Prime, is not a choice. I don't really have one because I never really watched the cartoon growing up, to be honest. So I only really have the movies, and I don't like the movies. So let's see. Brad Noble says Lando is a toaster lover. Pokefan says, thank you. Now I don't have to waste my time with American Hustle. No, you do not. It is not good. I would not waste my time with it. It's very boring. Let's see. Greta. Oh, Greta. Greta says, I enjoyed American Hustle, but Jennifer Lawrence was way too young for her role and was so overrated. I agree, but I did not like American Hustle. I do not think it was very good at all. Performances aside, the performances are fine, but the story is not very good. Inflamed Woods says Mel Brooks' swan song should definitely be Spaceballs 2, The Search for Good Star Wars Movie. Dude, imagine if he made a film like that now. I would go see it in a heartbeat. Doxy says he's only made one good movie, Unbreakable. I disagree. I think Split was good. I think Signs was good. I think Sixth Sense was good. So I think he's got some good films to his name. Now, are they as good? I think Unbreakable might be his best film for sure, but I don't agree with that. Swan Master Flex says, I rewatched The Last Jedi on Netflix the other day, and my problem with the casino scene now is how Finn and Rose made it in there with their shabby outfits and lack of money in the first place. Yes, plot hole number 2,560. DJ D Show says, yes, Spaceballs 2. I would be down. I would love it. Stephanie is in agreement about American Hustle. So we have some disagreement in the chats, which is why I love it, because we don't always agree with each other. B Please says, do you think the Game of Thrones latest season went SJW? Personally, I don't think so. I don't think so either. Again, that's why I think Jeremy did a video on this, and we need to be careful about when throwing SJW around, because we should stick it to things that actually are SJW. And when things aren't, like some people were trying to throw that around with the new Incredibles film. Some people were trying to throw it around with another recent film that came out too, and I was just like, no, like we have to be very careful with how we use that word, or else it will lose its meaning altogether. And so I don't think that the new Game of Thrones season went that way either. Flamewood, Spaceballs, the lunchbox. Greta says David O. Russell also did The Fighter. Fighter was great. I don't know if that movie was yes, The Fighter was one. So The Fighter was great. Silver Linings Playbook was fantastic too, and then he fell off a cliff with that film, and he hasn't gotten back up yet. Kiko Ryder says the only good movie, yeah, he made The Sixth Sense. I guess you didn't like it. Yeah, I guess that he doesn't like it, but I mean he's made several good films. Lethal Lag says had to step out, but I am back, baby. Awesome, great to have you back, Lethal. Detotor says, I didn't see any Botham spies in The Last Jedi. Exactly, those cat-faced bastards can turn invisible. Pokefan says, there's way too much death in Game of Thrones for it to be SJW. Exactly. You're exactly right. Toxia says, can't rewatch Sixth Sense. Yeah, I mean, I just get scared by it personally. That's just me. Tina says, I saw American Hustle as well twice and walked away wondering what I was missing since the critics were praising it to high heaven. Agree. I am right there with you. The critics were loving it, and that's why I was so happy, because it got nominated for like 12 Oscars and didn't win a single one. And I was so happy because it did not deserve it. Let's see. Mr. Peabody says, I think Ryan Johnson only wears one shoe. Half his steps he likes, the other half he hates. Sue says, you know you probably answer this for movies, but do you have a favorite guilty pleasure TV show? Yes, it was Vampire Diaries. Hashtag not ashamed. It was Vampire Diaries. I liked Vampire Diaries because if you want to talk about a show that kind of like makes fun of Twilight, it actually did in a lot of ways, because these were vampires that couldn't go in the sun and would rip people apart. So yeah, I liked it, and the main reason why is because I like the lore. But funny story, the only reason why I started watching the show is because I had a communications teacher who talked like she was from the Valley in California, and she was like, oh my god, like I was watching Vampire Diaries last night, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. I was like, oh my god, this character, oh my god. She talked like that every day, and she was a professor at a college, and it just bothered the hell out of me. But she talked about vampires almost every single day. And so eventually I was like, to hell with it. I need to see what she keeps talking about. I watched the first episode. I was like, oh, this show's not very good, but I'm kind of interested to see where it goes from here. Kept watching. And then I watched the entire series from beginning to end when they finally ended the series, and I loved it. And so that's definitely my guilty pleasure is Vampire Diaries. Please don't hate me for that. Let's see. Lethal Light says, maybe Rian Johnson hates Luke Skywalker because Mark Hamill had a fling with one of his ex-girlfriends. Ooh. Tutora says, don't blame Lando. Those medical droids are damn sexy. Hound 3000 says, heard Last Airbender was terrible. It was. It was so bad. Don't waste your time with it. Lost Soldier says, I'd watch a Spaceballs 2 as well as still Blazing Saddles sequel. Yes, I would too, for sure. And unfortunately, I don't think that especially Blazing Saddles could be made today. There's just no way. 600 pounds. Twinkie says, Star Wars originals are diamonds, the prequels are diamonds covered in crap, and the sequels are crap wrapped in tinfoil. That's an excellent point. 600-pound Twinkie, you get a digital cookie. That's a great comment. What is Major says, he has the air of a sociopath. Dog Sidia says, Signs was my most hated film ever until Ghostbusters 2016. Then The Last Jedi came out and took the title. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I understand why people didn't like Signs, but overall I thought it was a fine film. I really did. I appreciate your opinion, though. Lethal says, Incredibles 2 isn't SJW at all. If anything, they pay out. I mean, exactly, Lethal. You're right. I haven't seen it yet, but just based on the reviews, it does not come across that way. Let's see. Kigo Rogers. Says Hollywood would ruin Blazing Saddles 2. Some movies can't be made or remade today. I agree. Swan Master Flex says, yeah, you guys are painting with a broad brush when you throw SJW around. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I stay very specific with it, but a lot of people do. Lee Lang says, yeah, I saw Deadpool 2. I liked it, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I loved it. Jedi Starship says, I haven't seen Soilo, but are there instances where she powers down to recharge? And if so, is it in the same position where she reboots Ben? No. Luckily, that does not happen. Super says, actually, I liked American Hustle a lot. Only thing I didn't like was the sort of oddball kind of shock humor they tried to stick with the script. If they could even call it that, yeah, I just didn't like it. Was not a fan. Brandon says, be ashamed. Good. Kigo Rogers says, I would watch History of the World Part 2. I would as well. I want to see Hitler on ice. I want to see that. Igorot boy, what's up? Welcome to chat. Kathleen Kennedy deleted one tweet. Oh my God. One tweet. One tweet's been my lord, says Brad Noble. What is the Matrix says? I can't say what my guilty TV was. Too embarrassing. Go ahead and say it, dude. I said Vampire Diaries can't be more embarrassing than that. I even watched Gossip Girl for a bit too, and then it got so stupid. I honestly, it was always stupid, but I got so stupid I just couldn't justify it anymore. Like the last season, they brought characters back to life, and it made no sense. DJG says Incredibles 2 isn't SJW. Not every movie, exactly. Not everyone is. Brad Noble says, and I liked it. Oh, well, thank you, Brad. No, oh, you liked me. Past tense. Oh, are you judging me right now? Dogsy says it's good to be the king. Lee Line says, does Kathleen Kennedy? Yeah, she doesn't Twitter. She does not have an official Twitter page. At least not that I know of. And Flame Wood says people now get confused when they see strong female characters and expect the theme to be SJW. Good characters are good characters regardless of gender. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Good characters are good characters no matter what their background is. The problem is that when characters are put in there for the sake of fulfilling some quota and the characters aren't even good. That's the problem. Super says, I will say that critics way overpraised David O. Russell, though. It was a really good movie, not revolutionary and not life-changing. Again, I agree with that. Lost Soldier says, Odin, I liked Vampire Diaries, but I loved the originals even more. But with all my traveling, I lost track of the season. Yeah, I wanted to get into the originals because I liked those characters that were introduced in the Vampire Diaries, but I just never had a chance. And now that it's done, I don't know. Light says, oh my God, Vampire Diaries. Oh my God, Vampire Diaries? So good. What is Major says, Last Airbender. Let's see. Oh man, I'm far behind now. Let's see. Last Airbender might be so bad it's good. Maybe. Richie Rich says Rian Johnson's first film was a short called Evil Demon Golf Ball from Hell. I was disappointed to find out it wasn't an autobiography. Yes, 600-pound shooting. You got a cookie. Lost Soldier says I like Signs but didn't like The Happening. Dude, The Happening was bad. The Happening was actual garbage. But also some of the funniest lines. You gonna kill me in my sleep? No, man, we're not. No. I'm Mark Wahlberg. How's it going? Leo says there's no way they could do a Blazing Saddles. No way. Super says, don't worry, I have my own guilty pleasure TV. A lot of us do. And Flame says, oh, buddy, I wish every day for a Blazing Saddles sequel. It just can't or won't happen. Agreed. Mr. Peabody, combine your love of water with Mel Brooks, the Hitler rap. Keith Howard says, they're going to put a transgender in Supergirl. Why does they? Oh, my God, I know. Like, and when I found out that news about Supergirl, I officially signed off. I had episodes to catch up on from this past season, and I was actually liking the season, but I cannot support that show anymore. I'm done. Like, they've been putting that nonsense into the show from the very beginning, and I thought that CW would give it a new life, and I can't. So I'm done with Supergirl. I'm done. I like the characters. I like a lot of the actors, but I'm done. I can't watch it anymore. Brian Noble says, still getting my head around Vampire Diaries. Luster says, Blazing Saddles would be bad unless someone else was brave enough to try it. Agreed. Detroit says, The Happening is a great movie. You just have to think that it's a comedy. The Wind, run. It's The Wind. Now, again, if you think of it as a comedy, maybe. Favorite part of Blazing Saddles for Lee Lightning? Where the white women at? Tina, got you down for Digital Cookie. TJG says, watch Saddles again. It's still great. Pokefan, I could only make it through the first season of Gossip Girl, and then it's way too convoluted. I agree. I would agree with that statement. Doc City says, my name's Jim, but most people call me just call me Jim. Lost Soldier says, you want to see Hitler on ice? See Water Drinker, I mean Nazi. Damn you, Lost Soldier. Damn you. Tina says, did I hear you say you liked Animax earlier? Because I heard they're bringing it back. I'm afraid they should not bring that back. Like, there are so many dirty jokes in that show that they could not do today. Oh, my goodness. Flamewood says, where's the piss boy? Oh, what does Matrix say? Yes, the piss boy. And then they dogpile the queen. What does Matrix says? Oh, no, it's like, what did he say? No, it's not dogpile. He says, I think he says orgy or something. Yeah. Let's see. What does the Matrix says? For a while, I watched America's Next Top Model. Unlike I'm ashamed. Wait for the shake, Dog Sidious. Unlike you meant to say. Tina says, I love Animaniacs too. It's such a great show. It is such a great show. It really is. Calendar. What's up, Calendar? Welcome back. Chewbacca looks like a fuzzy bathrobe from Marriott Hotels. Good day, Calendar. Lito says, Ahsoka is a fan favorite and she isn't even a human character. Yep, agreed. And then aren't they trying to make her lesbian too? Like, why? Why does her sexuality matter? Why? Mr. P.I. says, my guilty TV was Street Hawk. Nice. Igarat says, SJW are petitioning for James Gunn rehire. I saw that. Like, they're up to like 50,000, I think, last time I checked. And it's like, yeah, where was the love for Roseanne? Like, I'm sorry, but if you think that what he did was not bad, then you should be all over Roseanne getting her back. But again, even then, it's politics. Even when you're defending someone, it turns down to politics. Sorry, I love bikes, says Mr. Peabody. 600-pound Twiggy says, I hate how they stuck that stupid L3 droid into the Falcon. That's why it's called the Millennium Flamingo now, according to Eve Van Skyver, and I agree with that. What is Matrix? Poor Marky Mark. Pokefan says, The Happening is the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life, except for the lawnmower going over the man. Super says, since we're revealing our TV and movie secrets, am I insane for not totally seeing the SJW elements of Last Jedi? Granted, only saw it once, but I only viewed it as a bad writing. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's because of the certain character choices. Some of the character arcs just kind of have that mindset to it. James Gunn will not be rehired by Disney, says, what is the Matrix? I agree. Not going to happen. Brad Noble, I watched Price is Right. Price is wrong. Biatch. Lee Lion says, the article you covered about Comic-Con Star Wars fans was just stupid. Everything was just stupid, so wrong and incorrect. The fan base is at the highest it's been in ages, so why they don't want to shoot? I agree. Tina says, who did you just give a digital cookie to about Ryan Johnson in his first movie? I don't remember. You might have to go back in the chat. Sorry about that. Super says, sorry, who said Game of Thrones went SJW? Why specifically? Missed it? Yeah, I mean, no. The question was, did I think that it had gone? Because some people apparently claimed that. Lilo says, Animaniacs is rebooted in 2020. That's a bad idea. It's not going to be as good. George Barrett. What's up, George Barrett? Vampire Diaries lead was hot as hell. Well, I'm glad you thought so. Brandon says, Nor Mix is 1.29. Yes, Dog Cities, thank you. Gang bang! Oh, it's such a good movie. Hound 3000 says, want to ask, have you watched B.O.B. and the Pacific Ode? Brandon Brothers, no. I own it, and it's one show that I want to dive into because I heard great things, but I own both. I got them both on sale on Blu-ray, so it's on my list. Yes, Stephanie B., the Prince one on Animaniacs is the one I think of, so no, fingerprints. And then she looks at Prince. I don't think so. Jedi Starship said, this will go viral. Jedi Starship says, I have a pen. I have a Annie. Ugh, Annie pen. I have a pen. I have a Padme. Ugh, Padme pen. Annie peen. Padme peen. Ugh, pen. Padme Annie pen. What? Igarat says, DC is hiring James Gunn for Suicide Squad. No chance. No chance in hell. Keith Howard says, I got the old Supergirl on Blu-ray. Nice. Stephanie, yes, it was 600-pound Twinkie. Thank you for reminding me. And Flamewood says, Knights take Queen, Pawns take Queen. Oh, I forget, gangbang. Yes. Lee Lang says, I was looking for info on about Ahsoka being a lesbian and couldn't find anything. Where did it come from? I just heard it on someone's channel. I think someone mentioned it to Jeremy or something. So it might just be, it just might be a rumor. It might just be some false information that someone spread. So I hope it's not true because it's just not relevant to that storyline. Yeah, rehire James Gunn. It's just not going to happen. I just don't see it happening, guys. Calendar, why is everyone saying the new Mission Impossible will be larger than all the other Mission Impossibles? OMB Vlog video analysis. Yeah, so once I see it, I will definitely analyze it. I will give you a review. I will give you my honest review, but it looks, I'm going to say this right now, it looks great. It looks so good. I mean, the stunts that they do in that film alone are worth the price of admission, I would say. What does the Matrix says? And that's just my opinion from the trailer. What does Matrix says? Yeah, those people can let Gunn babysit their children. Yeah, that's the real test. B Please says, would Return of the King be labeled feminist propaganda if it got released today because of the character of Eowyn, especially when she killed the witch and said, I am no man? It was definitely, to me, that was the part of the movie I was like, nah. So, but I wouldn't describe the movie as SJW. That moment you might be able to convolute it that way, but because the rest of the movie isn't that way, it's not a big deal. I wouldn't call it that. Lee Lane says, digital cookie to Odin for the Happy Gilmore quote. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Senator Pat Twiggy says, Odin gets all the digital cookies. I own them all. Lee Lane says, if KK doesn't have Twitter, how could she quote about Ahsoka being a lesbian? I think that's the case, is that she doesn't have one. So I think people have seen fake Kathleen Kennedy accounts, and so that's the reason why they think that. Tutor says, there should have been a goth in the happening sitting next to the people at the park who looks over as they stab themselves and just say, I know, right? That'd be so good. Mr. Peabody says, I think Steph's mom deserves it. I will give her an honorary digital cookie cake. That is what Steph's mom gets, an honorary digital cookie cake. Hound 3000, any cookie pies? Exactly, cookie cake for Steph's mom. Let's see, what is The Matrix? I feel like I am waiting for the horrifying news of, oh, no, please do not remake The Matrix. Please do not do that. That would be stupid. That would be so damn stupid. Lost Soldier says, James Gunn rehire, human sacrifice dogs, cats living together, mass hysteria. Everyone starts losing their minds. That was a terrible. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That was a terrible impersonation. I'm ashamed of that. Brad Noah says, but KK does not know how to spin the big wheel. Jedi Starship says, pineapple pen song. I don't know that. And Flamewood says, 15 is my limit on Schnittengrubens. DJD Show says, Matrix and an ad Matrix film being made. I sure hope not. What does Matrix said? Noodles! Is Noodles back? Super says, I really don't see how they could say that about Game of Thrones. Neither do I. Yeah, the writing went on the decline, but all the characters had power with a purpose. They all worked together. Yeah, to be a boss. I agree. I agree with you. DJG says, team that made Ready Player One. Oh, no. I did not like Ready Player One, personally. I did not. 70B, you got her some Hershey's chocolate kisses. Yes, I love Hershey's chocolate kisses. That's a great gift. That's why you're amazing, Stephanie B. DJG says, yeah, I'm scared too. Yeah, very terrified of that. What is Major says, Wonder Woman was a great movie celebrating womanhood and woman power without being SJW. I agree. Again, Patty Jenkins, to me, the reaction to the film was SJW for sure, because everyone was talking about what? Oh my God, it's the first film to ever have a strong female lead with, you know, with a female director, and oh my God, like, so the reaction, the media reaction to it was SJW without any doubt, and that's the reason why, unfortunately, it got such a high rating, was because of that. Again, it's a good film. Solid film. The film is not SJW. I would not say that about the film. Patty Jenkins just made a good film. She just made a really good film, but it's not perfect, and there's a lot of flaws with it, especially the CGI and the characters, like some of the characters, some of the pacing too. So that's the reason why for me it's not the high end of films for me, but it's still really good. It is the best DC film by far at this point. So maybe says, thank you all, Father. No problem. Lost Soldier says, Ahsoka has a sexual preference. She should stay away from Pando and make it weird. Yes. Leo says, oh yeah, Steph, how did your mother go? Sounds like everything went well from what I've been told. Detorta says, I think Trooper Detour needs to review the security footage, find the footage of this lesbianity, and if Soga is one, it's important for the 501st morale. Flamewood says, Mongo likes candy. Brad Noble says, last days of Game of Thrones is going to be a payoff. I really do. I think it's going to be amazing. I think every episode is going to be a huge payoff for the fans, for sure. Keith Howard says, there's going to do a new Magnum Pie with new actors. Why don't they remake everything? I know. Because they have no original stories in Hollywood anymore, and it's really, really sad. Tina says, be pleased. The Tolkien's buffs have told me that Eowyn's line in the novel when she declares, I am no man. Yeah, exactly. So it's already there. Jedi Starship says, I like Woman and Woman too. I like Wonder Woman. Meow. Brennan Daniels. What up, Odin? What up, Brennan Daniels? Welcome to the chat. Kiko Rogers says, to quote STD about the Star Wars franchise failure, this is the power of math, people. Yes, that is so true. Lewis MX, I like your Chewy suit. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We just hit 2,000 subs. Lee Lane says, SJW's targeted Wonder Woman. Remember all the BS they said about it? You're right. You're absolutely right about that. Like, it was just stupid. And the reason why was because there was so much praise, but then there was also attacks because there were so much attacks on... they all went after Gal Gadot because she's Israeli. They all went after her for that. And it's really sad that they were just being stupid idiots about it. Stupid idiot! George Barrett says, Odin, is Mel Gibson a real candidate as a Star Wars director? I don't think so. That would be cool because I think he's a very talented director, but with his past, especially with the people currently running Lucasfilm, I don't think they'd hire him. 600-pound Twiggy says, Wonder Woman and Black Panther are both pretty good films with extreme SJW media reaction. I agree. Black Panther has a little bit of it in the film, for sure, and I definitely don't think it should be nominated for an Oscar. Everyone, like, that's the huge SJW narrative right now is, oh my god, it should be nominated for an Oscar because it subverts, blah, 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 like, stupid stuff. Yeah, it's a fine film, but it's not worthy of getting an Oscar. Toxie says, should have been better. The third act was bad, and the romance should have been dumped. I agree. Pokefan says, the problem is that new Magnum is the fact that it's not in Miami. It's in freaking Hawaii. That doesn't make any sense. Jedi Starship says, I'm still shaking my head with the Teen Titans trailer. Damn you, DC, fist in the air. Con. Greta says, every day I see more announcements for reboots and remakes makes me really sad. Me too. It really does make me sad as well, Greta. I mean, the fact that there's no original ideas, at least in the big budget realm, just is silly to me. 600-pound Starship says, Quiet Place was a pretty good original Hollywood idea. I agree. That was a very, very good film for sure. Let's see. DJG Show says, Low Council defeated the High Council. They quit early tonight. They did? Dude. So I didn't know that they just, oh man, yeah, we are rocking it. I'm probably only going to be on, I'm definitely not going to be on past 11. So I'm going to announce the winner soon. So Valkyries, please get me that list of people with digital cookies tonight only. As long as they're still here, they're still in the running. So find out if they're all still here too. Igarat says, Christopher Nolan's Batman version is the best DC trilogy ever. Yes. Third one's not very good, but the first two films make up for that. What is Matrix says, Wonder Woman is far from perfect, but I was shocked at how much they focus on having men and women work together and love, and justice was beautiful, and Gal Gadot is so fine and sexy. She's amazing. She's a very beautiful woman for sure. Super says, if Hollywood wants to make additions to the Matrix universe, then I think it will be okay. Not much could be worse than Reloaded Revolutions. That might be, yeah, you're kind of right on that for sure. Lilo says, Mel Gibson could do a wicked rated R Vader film. That is very true. Oh, the action in that film would be so good. Jedi Starship says Starfire Street Hooker. All right, guys. So now the chat's getting a little crazy, so I'm going to get back to my phone, and that way it won't jump on me every 5 seconds. So let's just get back to that. I was reading it live for a bit, and I was trying to keep up, but I can't do that anymore. So let's see. All right. Let's see. Inflamed Wood says, Wonder Woman was truly wonderful. I'm glad that you feel that way. Again, it's not a bad film. It's a good film, but just not amazing for me. What is Matrix says, Last Jedi proves Hollywood could make a Matrix movie worse than the sequels. Yes. Super says, I'm excited for Game of Thrones Season 8, but at the same time, I almost don't want to watch it because they're supposed to be adapting the book series ending, and I really don't want it spoiled. Yeah, I thought they were going in different directions. That's what I thought, but maybe not. So I agree with you. Me personally, I don't want to watch it because I don't want it to end. I just love it so much. I look forward to it every time. Let's see. Moise Matrix says, Wonder Woman legit inspired me. Nice. Lee Light says, triggered by Ingrat Boy comments. Pokefan says, the High Council quit, but Jeremy is going to start doing a live stream in like half an hour. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'll be done before then. Inflamed Wood says, I'm here. Yes, damn right you are. All All right, cool. So you are here. B Please says the best Marvel film in Thor. I like Thor. I do like Thor a lot. Brandon says drink that Yoo-hoo Odin. Mr. B says Gal was the perfect choice. She's exotic and a warrior, by the way, playing a part of an Amazon. Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's a really and also too, she has a history being in the army. To me, that's automatically making her worthy. Kigo Rogers says, stay cool, Fozzie Bear. Good night, all. Good night, Kigo Rogers. Lee Lane says, Gal Gadot is a goddess. She really is. DJD says, Gal is great. Jedi Starcher says, why can DC do this? Take an animation idea and say, hey, maybe we should make this animation into a movie. Yeah. 600 Pound says, I can't wait for Star Wars series web. Oh, yeah, me too. I cannot wait for Star Wars series web Star Wars series web series. It's going to be baller. Super says, seeing Gadot attacked for supporting Israel drove me up the wall. Me too, man. Like, I was just so pissed off. Jedi Star says, I'm writing solo. The cringe. Oh, God, please no. 7B says, totally blank. Totally blank. Lee Lang says, oh, next time you're in my stream, type goddess. You will get a laugh. Oh, boy. I need to learn how to do that. Dog City says, okay, so Tina says, Ozemeal Blog, 70B and Tina have a cookie. Nickel Noodles, who's gone, unfortunately, so he's out of the running. Lost Soldier's still here, I believe. Inflamed Wood is still here, and 600 Pound Twinkie is still here. So we have, what, 5 or 6? Dog City says, you watch Game of Thrones and didn't know Tormund Giantsbane is. I watched Game of Thrones, but I know who Tormund. No, so I got confused by Giantsbane. So Tormund, yes, Tormund. Tormund's the one with the red beard, right? That's Tormund, right? I don't always know names. I know faces. I'm terrible with names. Igorot says Captain Marvel is an SJW. I heard. Brie Larson, who's playing her, is for sure. Let's see. Inflame Wood says Jeremy's going live with Ivan Ortega. They're together at Geeks and Gamers Hammer. That's awesome. That's really cool. I might have to catch that a little bit before I go to bed. Lee Lyden says, and Patty Jenkins is a fan of Wonder Woman comment. She gets the character. You're right. Yes. And again, Lethal will know because he is very big into comics. Yes, 70B, Tina is a goddess for sure. What is Matrix says, I'm rooting for the large Twinkie. All right. Lost Soldier present. Sorry, wiping away cookie crumbs from the phone. Awesome. Yes, Redbeard. Okay, then I know who he is. Yes, Tormund. Yes. Sorry, I got confused. Pokefan, hell yes, Redbeard. Yes, Jeremy was making Ivan mow his lawn earlier. That's fantastic. All right, guys, so I'm going to stop the chat there, and I'm going to go back up. So let me see. What is a good site for random name picker? Let's see. Separate each on a separate line. All right, so guys, we are doing it. We are doing the first giveaway. So we've got Mr. Peabody is in the running. We've got Tina. We've got Steph. We've got Lost Soldier. We've got Inflamed. And we've got 600 Pound. Now, before I put this in, are all of those people here? So Mr. Peabody, Tina, Steph, Lost Soul, Inflamed, is everyone here? Because if you're not here and your name gets chosen and you cannot confirm your gift, then I will have to choose someone else. So let me double check. Redbeard, Ivan's the man. He is, dude. I cannot wait to see his cut of The Last Jedi. It's gonna be freaking amazing. Jedi Starships, I saw Ivan's last recent tweak. Me too, and it looks so good. So this might be crazy, but another reason I think SJWs hated Wonder Woman is because Gadot's looks. Instead of using others to inspire, SJWs tend to go on offense and attack and shame. Yes, you're totally right. DJG Show says, cheers. Same here with names sometimes. Yeah, I'm so bad. Lethal says, I just saw the Roundhead deleted 20,000. Yeah, he did. I mean, he did that a while ago too, and it's stupid. And Flamewood is excited. Me. You got this. Says, what is Matrix? That's what he said. And Flamewood is here. 600 Pound Twinkie is here. Lost is here. I here. All right, everyone's here. Perfect. All right. The first winner is Tina. Tina is the first winner. So Tina, since I have you on contact on Twitter, I'm going to contact you, and then we're going to determine what you want. So you can either take a digital copy, or you can either take a digital copy of any film. Again, we'll talk about that. We'll try and narrow it down. or I can send you a Blu-ray copy of the original Star Wars A New Hope, the despecialized edition, which means it's before all of the stuff added in by George Lucas. So we'll talk on the chat about that. And for anyone that did not win, it is okay. We will be doing this hopefully more in the future, but it all depends on YouTube monetizing me, because I want to do this so much more often. But again, I cannot afford to do it every stream, but if I'm monetized, I will be able to do that. So Dog City says, hooray, Inflamed is happy. 70B is happy. Yes, congrats, Tina, the first winner ever. Jedi Starship, Tina, come on down. The price is right. Yes, congrats, Tina. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Tina for the win. Yay, Tina, congrats. Woohoo, Tina. Everyone's saying congrats. Wait, I won. I'm behind a few seconds. Yes, Tina, you won. Press your luck. I won. I won. Yes, yes, yes. Blow the horn. Yes, you're right about that. I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness. I should have had that set up beforehand. So, guys, let's do this one more time. Let us do this one more time, because we got to do this right. We have got to do this right. So everybody, the winner of the first prize is Tina! Congratulations, Tina. You are amazing. You are my Valkyrie. I'm so glad that it is you. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Everyone's saying congrats. Take the Star Wars film. Yeah, I mean, if that's something that you want. B Please says, do you think that the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show should connect more to the movies? I kind of gave up on that, to be honest, because I just was not liking everything that was going on. I just didn't think it was very strong. Let's see. Nemesis says, it's not okay, Odin. Not at all okay, Odin. I'm sorry, Nemesis. I'm so sorry. But no, going back to that comment before about the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I lost interest in it. I just was not a big fan of it, and that's the reason why I kind of like went away with it. So that's just me, though. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Yes, she is. Seconds behind the feed. I need to hear what my choices are. Hopefully you heard them. So again, your choices are either a despecialized edition of Star Wars A New Hope, if you don't have it already, or a digital copy of a movie. Let's see. You will be monetized soon. And Flamewood says, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Again, I really hope so, but YouTube seems to be dragging their feet with it. Nemesis says, I love Steph. I think we all love Steph. Lost Soldier says, high five for Tina as she runs on down the stage. Da-na-na. DJD says, it takes 3 months with YouTube sometimes. Oh my God, I hope not. That would just make me so frustrated, man. What is Major says, you need the Price is Right music. I really do. I don't want to get copyrighted though. Bet Tina wins. Yes, she did. Drum roll. Congratulate. Leeline says, wait, we're all congratulating someone. This isn't the Nazi rally? No, you got to the wrong spot. You got to the wrong spot. Tina, you are so Tina. Woohoo! Yes, Tina. Tina, sound that horn. Yeah, bum, 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 bum. What does the Matrix says? Yes, it's a rally. Yes, give a digital raspberry. You definitely deserve it, Tina. Yes, she does. Nemesis says, Wooksy, onesie is the crap. You're right. Tina says, what are my choices again? Because I thought I heard original Star Wars A New Hope. So yes, it's the despecialized edition. So it's going to be on a new Blu-ray and in a Blu-ray case if you so choose. You can probably get and download and print out artwork for it. But that's what one of the options is. Lost Soldier says, they told Tina she could be anything she wanted to be, and she chose the Tina. Yeah, Brando says Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was bad. I agree. I heard it got a little bit better though. Shaka Sister says Inflamed Wood. Tina says, I'll take the original version Star Wars, which I only have on VHS and I don't own a VCR anymore. Well, that's awesome. Great. So great. I will get that to you. So we'll talk in the chat, and as a way that I can mail that to you. Because I know that you're in the United States, Tina, so I'll be able to do that. Let's see. Mr. B.I. says, we all love Tina and Steph. They are amazing. Igarat says, is Taika Waititi directing Guardians of the Galaxy 3? That would be a great choice. If they were going to choose anyone for Guardians 3, Taika Waititi would be the right kind of comedy, because Thor Ragnarok was probably one of my favorite Marvel films recently. So that would be a fantastic choice. Yes, absolutely. You deserve it, Tina. Pokefan says, just use the Price is Right music and cut off the first note like how Vanilla Ice changes the note of the song. Lethal says, I got to head out. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Lethal. See you. We're going to be doing a live stream on Friday. Nemesis says, giggles every time I say crap. Oh, and you have great moderators. I do. They are amazing. I love them so much. Tina wants the onesie. I can't give that to her because I have to save it for any other. I have to save it because at 5,000, I will be outside of a Popeyes eating Popeyes in my Wookiee onesie, and it's going to be amazing. But anyway, guys, so that is going to be me wrapping things up. So I'm just going to see any last second comments before I end the stream. And yeah, congratulations to Tina, the first winner. And again, as soon as I'm monetized, I hope and cannot wait to do more. And also, too, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my Patreon because I know that my Valkyries are about to yell at me saying, you have to shout out your patrons. Which, again, if you don't know, I have a Patreon page. You do not have to donate, but if you want to, I would appreciate it. Again, it would make me able to do more giveaways in the future a lot more quickly. But currently, I have 5 patrons who are awesome. And also, if you don't know, I have one tier, which is just $1 a month. And if you donate at least $1 a month, and you can give a one-time donation too if you want, but if you give at least $1 a month, you get shouted out at the end of every live stream that I do. And so I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons, Jeffrey Toon, Slide Jones, the DJD Show, who's in the chat right now, those 2 ball guys, who's another channel that's about to start up. I can't wait to start seeing their stuff, and Enrique Evangelista. So thank you so much, guys, for being my patrons. Y'all are amazing. So much love for the Valkyries from Lost Soldier, Inflamed Wood. Be Please says, well, I'm going to get going. Thanks, Odin, for entertaining me while I'm sitting on the job guarding mentally ill people. Bye, sexy. Well, thank you. Man, that has to be rough, so I'm glad that I was able to help you out. Igrat says, are you joining Jeremy live chat? I wish. I might get in on the chat for like a second when I'm going to bed, but I do want to watch a few things before I go to bed. What does the Matrix says? By the way, Anna, that Star Wars girl just got monetized, so you might get soon. That would be really cool. Anna, I think, started before I did, though, so I don't know if that's good or bad. Nemesis says, you to bomb, buddy. Congrats on all your growth and success. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. DJ D Show says, save that for 10K subs. Yeah, give away the onesie at 10K for sure. Yes, Stephanie, I just did that. Star Soldier says, Odin, order the porgs and the poppies. Yes. Let's see. Tina says, that was so cool. Thanks. And you guys are awesome. This is a wonderful channel. No, Tina, you are amazing. Yes, clap it up. What is the Matrix? Lost Soldier says, wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? What is the Matrix says, next one of these? Oh, when is the next live stream? So I am doing, yeah, so thank you so much for that question. I'm doing a live stream with John Talk Star Wars tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So be ready for that. It's probably going to be on his channel because he's monetized. He has a much larger audience. And so if people want to give super chats, I want to make sure that he gets those super chats since he actually is monetized. So definitely go check that out. Support him, support his channel, support that live stream. It's going to be great. And then after that finishes, I'm recording a video. It's going to be recorded, so it's not going to be live, but a video for Geeks and Gamers, which should be on Thursday. And then I'm doing a live stream with Lethal Lightning on Friday. So lots of stuff going on this week. So Thursday, I do not plan on doing a live stream. Because I will be busy. Hound 3000 says there should be a porg barbecue gathering at Asgard. That'd be amazing. Mr. Peabody, thank you. Odin, congrats. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Super Gamer says, night, Odin, night, everyone. Glad I could catch the stream. These chats are always rad. Well, thank you, Super. It's always great with you. Igarat with the wave. Lost Soldier says, very happy for you, Odin. Congrats on 2K. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Greta says, good night, everyone. Good night, Greta. Flamed, thank you, Odin, for being you. Mucho mahalos. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And Flame so much. Let's see. Good night. Have fun, says DJG Show. Well, thank you so much for being a patron. You are amazing. Go check out the DJD Show. Go check out their channel. Igarat, good night, Greta. Good night, everyone. All right, so I've now caught up. It is now 11 p.m. on the dot, which is when I wanted to end. Lost Soldier says, adios, familia. Yes, indeed. Have a great night, everybody. Y'all are amazing. 600-pound Twinny. Good night, everyone from 600-pound Twiggy living in Utah. Awesome, man. So thank y'all so much for watching. Have a great night. And as always, God bless. Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all so much for 2,000. Cannot wait for 3,000 to be able to do another one of these streams. And hopefully, again, we're able to give away more stuff soon. So thank y'all so much. Love y'all.